Um, Hello. How's it going? Um, Hi. I don't know if anyone is here. Actually, I do know people are here, but hello. Um, I'm dying. I really am. Um, um, okay, buddy. Um, what was I gonna say? I edited a funny video today. Also, I don't know, the only reason I'm playing Tomodachi Life is just because it's basically glorified just chatting. That's the only reason why I'm playing Tomodachi Life. And that's why I like Tomodachi Life, because it's basically just glorified just chatting. And I don't know, I just feel like talking to people right now instead of actually streaming, I guess. Hi J-Wolf, how's it going? Um, but yeah, like that's the only reason why I'm playing this is I just feel like talking to people. I don't feel like streaming. It's really weird. Actually, oh my god. Thank you for the follow, Hong Kong. You're good? I'm doing good. But like, I don't know. That's why I did say like Mario Kart, you know, in case I do feel like streaming, I'll play Mario Kart. But for right now, I just want to talk to you guys. Like, I want to see how you guys have been, cause you know, cause what was I gonna say? Warning, I'm gonna leave. Actually, you know, I should just show Tomodachi Life while I'm doing this, cause like I said, it is just glorified just chatting. On after Wednesday, I'm gonna be gone until Wednesday. So for a week, I'm gonna be gone. And yeah, so like this whole week, it's gonna be.
Hello, and welcome
It's
to
not
the
gonna be like a normal
news.
schedule. I'm just gonna be doing
Big
stupid
vending
shit.
machine
Gotcha!
news today.
Gambling! Gambling! Gamba!
Extremely
Gamba!
large, fancy
Gamba! Oh my god, Gamba!
cupcake-shaped capsule was
Gamba!
opened at the Wishing Fountain today.
Oh my god, I need.
Eyewitnesses reportedly
But
saw
yeah,
a local resident emerge
that's
from
why.
the capsule, surrounded by
So,
glorious light.
Yeah.
The large
If you guys are
capsule
confused
implies the
about my
existence of a
schedule,
truly enormous vending machine.
I don't
As of
even
yet,
know what it's gonna
one has
be.
not been located.
I honestly
Experts
don't.
speculated
I'm just
the
gonna be
cost
doing
as many
weird
as
shit, so it's like, yeah, whatever.
We asked residents for their
But
reactions.
yeah, Gamba. Gamba.
Oh, yeah.
But now I just be doing shit.
That.
I don't know what I'd be
Thanks for
doing, I just be
watching.
doing shit.
I'm
Someone
Rocky
DM'd me.
Ravens, and this has
I don't know
been
why
the
they would
5
DM
o'clock
me.
news.
But I just be doing shit. But yeah, but I don't know, I really do hope that, just funny things happen, I guess. I hope, like, the week goes good. I should probably just, like, edit a bunch of TikToks, like, on Monday, and just hope that, you know, I'm funny, but I'm not funny. That's the thing. It's kind of hard to be funny, actually. Like, who's actually funny? I'm a clown and I'm not funny. Like, I don't know. It's over for me. Like, it's actually over for me. I can't do anything, bro. There's really nothing I can do. I'm just gonna talk to you. I'm
Good
sad
to see
now.
you. It's been a while.
It has been a while. I haven't played this game, like, I don't know when,
I've
actually.
been wondering what it would be like if Teto and I got to know each other better.
Oh my god,
Do you
Teto,
think
yes.
Teto and I would make a good team?
Yes, please.
I couldn't agree more.
I love Teto. But yeah, that's why. Though, I think I also just needed to take a break from this game, because, it does get very repetitive. And I was playing this game like crazy. So, yeah.
Hello, big
Now I
clown.
think I can
It's
play it
been too
again.
long.
Hopefully.
I've
I
been
don't know.
thinking it might be time for Lyru and me to
What?
move into a new home.
Dad wants
do you think?
Bro, Dad actually just wants you for himself. That's crazy.
Yeah, you're right.
No. I like how that did nothing. Oh my god, Rocky Races is in love. Who's Rocky Races in love with?
Good to see you.
That's crazy, but yeah.
It's been a while.
I just be
I
doing
can't
shit.
explain it.
Pomni.
But Pomni is on my mind all the time lately.
You know what? You know what? Yeah. Yeah.
I knew it.
Yeah.
I'm in
Yeah,
love with
whatever.
Pomni. Bastard.
I ship it,
I
whatever.
want to shout it from a mountaintop. I'd love to go on a date with Pomni. Bastard.
Bro, I can't type. That's what I've been trying to do this entire time, is type. So I don't have to, like, I don't know, do this. And I can't fucking type. I typed. I finally typed. I was finally able to do shit. Are you proud of me? I don't know if you're proud of me. I hope you're proud of me. Wait, what do I even give you? What haven't I give you? Don't look at that. What haven't I give you? I don't think she does this. I don't know if she does this either. I know I do, but I don't know if she does. What haven't I done? Oh my god, I don't know you. This is making me realize I don't know you. You know what? I don't start in a sentence. It'll be... I know what it'll be. Yeah.
Okay, well,
Yeah. Yeah, that's how she starts sentences, yeah. 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 I'm nodding my head right now, but you can't see it, but yeah. Wow, you actually can't see that, that's crazy. Okay, you can see it there for some... I had to, like, really shake my head for that, though.
thank you. Saying that really makes me feel more
Who
like
should I
myself.
make? I'm wondering who to make. Like, I don't know what to do. Wait, Trey's in love? Uh-oh. Who are you, Daydream? Don't, please. No!
Don't open your eyes yet?
Of course it's with fucking Pomni power. You know what? I could make
So
Chainsaw
cozy.
Man characters
Faster.
now. I haven't... oh, right. I wanted to make Yakuza characters, but I haven't done that yet. I forgot. That was like when I stopped playing this game. You can tell when I stopped playing
Good
this
to see
game,
you.
because that part of
It's
the
been a
island
while.
is disgusting, and I need to
I
fix
thought
it.
I had feelings for Yurika Corbera, but
And
my
it's
heart
really
starts
bad.
to race when I think about Bland.
You know
Who
what?
I really love.
You know what? Whatever. I don't care anymore.
Bland, huh?
I honestly don't care anymore.
I've made up my
Oh
mind.
my god.
From here on out, I'll do whatever it takes to earn Bland's attention.
Why does everyone love Bland? I don't understand. It's kind of weird how everyone loves Bland. But like, you know, I guess Bland is just him. I don't know. Like, I really don't know what to say. I guess just Bland is just him. I don't fucking know. Okay, yeah, hang on. You're gonna see exactly when I stopped caring about making my... Yep, here you go. This is when I stopped playing. I stopped decorating here. Oh my god. I should fix this. I don't know when I'll fix it, but I should fix it. Also, I had a terrible idea too. Because I don't know how many more me's I can make. It's not that much. But like, you got this game, you're having a blast. It's a very good game. But I was thinking like I just make like a bunch of small little tiny islands like on the outskirts of the town, and that's a horrible idea. It'll look ugly. But I kind of want to do it because it'll be funny. And like, I just put like the balloon things like, you know, as entrances to each island. Like, it would look disgusting, but I can do it. And then, you know, and then you can get to the lighthouse over here. And then that should be good enough. Hang on, I should trap someone forever over there. Here. Sorry, you're the first person I saw. You're gonna be trapped here forever. Yeah, you can be trapped there forever. Can the bees teleport? Oh my god, they can! Okay, well, as long as they're happy, I think it's fine, right? Yeah, as long as they're happy, it's fine. They can stay there forever. I don't know why I made Signal characters. They shouldn't be happy. They should always be sad. I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say that, actually. I love them. I should make... I don't know what I should make. like, most of the me's right now are my friends. But I know soon enough it won't be like that. Thank you for the boot. But yeah, like, right now, it's mainly my friends.
Here you go.
And neutrals. But I know soon enough it'll just be fictional characters, and I don't know when that'll happen. But it'll happen soon. Like, I don't. Oh wait, Sky, you want something? I forgot I made your house a femboy ink.
Huh?
Yeah, you want something? You
Haven't seen you in a little while, big clown bastard.
want to be friends with someone?
I want to try living with Anna, bastard.
Oh well, that can't happen.
You think? Well, I guess I'll
I'm
give it
sorry.
up for
She's
now,
already in a house.
bastard.
She can't live with you. I don't think she'd want to live with you anyway. I think I made the right decision. What did I want to go to? No, she's already living over here. I can't. That's why.
Welcome in.
You had to live in your chud little house. Cause that house is already maxed out. I'm sorry, that's just how- popcorn. I'm sorry, that's just how it is.
Be sure to stop by again tomorrow.
I forgot all my little chuds. I forgot who was on my island exactly, to be honest. Wait, this is so cute. Yeah, I'll get this. Hi, Kuda, how's it going? Wait, this is so cute. I'll get this. I think I already have it. Yeah, I already have the color I want on that. What the fuck? You know what? Sure, whatever. Oh my god, you can have a silver chain instead of a gold chain, so you can tell people how poor you are. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, I'm gonna give a poor person that silver chain.
Huh?
Here we go.
Ah. Robert Pattinson.
Here you go. Yep. There you go. Octua? Why do you say Octua? That shit is old. Why would you say that? What the hell? That shit is old. Your chat is work. Wait, what happened? Oh, is 17B doing the thing again? What the fuck? You know, I'll buy it. But is 17B doing the thing again? Is that it?
Welcome. Please come again.
Was it working on Recipes chat? I don't. It probably is.
Welcome.
Oh my god, who wants a sandwich?
Thank you very much.
That's just a. Yeah, who wants a sandwich? You know, if you're hungry, I'll give you a fucking sandwich. That's what I'll do.
Whoa, big clown. It's been too long.
But yeah. How are you guys doing, by the way?
I've been thinking
Like, you had
too
to
hard.
talk to me this entire stream
head feels
because
all
this
fuzzy
this game
inside.
is glorified just chatting. But how are you guys
Talking through
doing?
my mind.
I can't spam A. Hi, yeah, hi, hello, talk to me, please. I did nothing today, so I have nothing to.
You-
Actually, wait, I can
feel
talk
so
about
much
last
better
night.
now.
I watched all of Chainsaw Man in one day last night. It was kind of chill. Because I just chilled in BC, and then I watched Chainsaw Man. Just out of the blue, I did that. You know, it's crazy that I did that, but I did that. Oh yeah, also, how do you guys feel about Majima? He's Islamic right now. He started believing in the faith of Islam. And yeah, now he's just kind of chilling over here with Kiryu. Like, I think they're lovers, but yeah. Inshallah. Next time you see him, he's gonna have a beard.
Toss.
You're in BC with me? Yeah, you were. Yeah, 'cause he has found his way.
Toss. Keep.
On Wednesday, I want to try and
Ah.
put together a repo session since that'll basically be
Thank
my going
goodness.
away stream for a week.
Just a dream.
So yeah. I do want to do that. I don't know how big it'll be, because last
Oh.
time it was so chaotic, and I would want to go more than 2 hours. But, yeah. I'm 90% sure you're in a collab. Did I play Repo with you? Oh wait, I probably oh yeah, wait, it was probably a Repo collab, because I play Repo a lot. It was either with Aro
Game of me shadow
or a
Prince.
year ago.
What do y'all say?
One of those two. And that's probably where you saw me.
Here's your first
But yeah,
mystery me shadow.
I want to play
What do you
Repo
think this is?
on Wednesday. So,
The
yeah,
answer is
I should start putting that together.
do not say
Mostly
one.
likely, yeah.
Next up,
I don't know which
your
one you
second
know.
mystery
Or if
me
it,
shadow.
you know, if you know someone
Who
who
do you
knows
think
them.
this is?
I was probably invited to a collab there, so yeah.
The answer is
It's crazy.
Hear You.
Thanks for the boo.
And finally, your last mystery me shadow.
Oh yeah,
Who
speaking
do
of
you
Aro.
think this is?
I don't know who the fuck that is. Oh, it's Levon, isn't it?
The correct answer is Laybon.
Never mind, I do. Beholden was deaf. It would mean he was writing music. He was like, yeah, this shit probably sounds good and wrote some. I mean, he did. Also, didn't he use vibrations
Congratulations, you won.
to like know when the notes were? I don't know, it's some weird shit. He did some weird shit, but like he's cool, so got him. I guess got him. My fountain is so full of piss. Look at how full of piss it is. I wonder if anyone else has gotten this far. Probably. Like I said, I stopped playing this game. Why aren't you helping her? Oh my god, you guys are chuds.
Are you alright?
She's
I
believe
just
this real
can't
stuff and it came out good.
Move.
Honestly, fair. He just got lucky,
Here's
like,
the source of the
I don't know how
problem.
many times. He just got
You
lucky.
might need to use a little more room.
Well, bruh.
You're a real lifesaver.
These me's are actually
Thank
chuds.
me.
What are they doing? Hi, Souffle, how's it going? Oh, wait, Souffle. Wait, I don't know if you're listening, but do you have repo? And would you want to play on Wednesday? Susanna song ever asked me for stuff. Well, yeah, I can't read. But yeah, I agree with you. Sorry.
Ah,
I can't read sometimes.
glad that
And
was
that's
only a
okay.
dream.
Even though in school I was, you know, very advanced for
Oh.
reading, now I'm pretty sure I have mild dyslexia, and so I can't read, but you know, it's fine. Whatever. Or I need glasses, one of the two. But I choose a dyslexia one. That's my explanation. To be fair, I've been, like, mixing up symbols so much. And I don't know why. Happy Sunday, happy Sunday. Oh my god, Kazuma's here.
Let my thoughts reach you.
Wait, is Heihachi in love with Kazuma? I forgot this happened. Yeah, I forgot this happened.
Ugh. Suddenly I have a stomachache.
I like when he's angry, it looks like his eyebrows are just like his eyes. And he doesn't have eyes. It's so funny. Okay, who do I choose to watch while we're just talking to each other? Who's a funny person to watch?
Whoa.
I don't know who a funny person to watch is.
My name is Justin Seal.
But
and
yeah.
you are-
Hey, just
Okay, you know, I'm gonna say my
Alright,
thoughts on
Pepper.
Chainsaw Man. I thought it was very good, but like it was shorter than I thought it would be. Then again, like because of the animation, I guess that makes sense. And it is getting another season.
Trap the window bar. You are
He's
sick of
trying
them.
too hard. But
Enough for one of these, man. Y'all. That's
but I
it.
didn't realize that I basically just
Set me up, just unseen.
watched the whole show through clips, basically. Cause like I would join BC with my friends and they were watching Chainsaw Man. And I would just join in on like random episodes. I basically just watched the whole series like through that, like through proxy. But I thought, you know, that I didn't watch it, so I was like, oh okay, I'll just watch it. And
I need to stop for a break somewhere.
yeah. Yeah. that was it. I'm excited for the new season though. I'm really excited for that new season. I think it would I don't know. Cause like I also watched a movie and the movie was very good. So I'm excited for the new season.
Did someone
Um,
just call my name?
I'm also watching I'm also excited for JJK. Same. Sorry, watching the show through the Spanish dub. You're sleepy. I mean it is Sunday. Everyone sleeps on Sunday.
Shantae.
Everyone takes naps on Sunday. I forgot Rosalina was in love with
Shantae.
Shantae. Oh my god, my memes are so stupid. I'm surprised they haven't gotten in a fight. Like, I'm surprised I haven't seen a fight yet. Because I remember last time I played this, they were like 4 Miis fighting with each other, and it was kind of funny. But I'm glad that they're not in a fight anymore. Oh yeah, Leiru. How do you like how I dressed Ariane? Shantae? Shantae is a video game character, from Shantae. Yeah. That's who Shantae is. Cute. I don't know why she's doing that. I honestly don't know. Oh my god, Meek! Wait, I forgot I had to change Meek's design again! Oh my god. You know what? No, she's staying a rat. I don't fucking care. She's staying a rat. Why are my Miis hanging out over here? It's kinda crazy. Also, I like how Kiryu and Majima only stay over here too. It's kinda crazy. Yeah, all my Miis are either indoors or like, I don't know.
I love how it looks like you have a song in your head when you walk.
What are you saying? But yeah. I'm really excited for... Oh my god. I'm really excited for Wednesday, because I hope, like, a lot of people can join. To be fair, everyone who said they could join, like, last time was, like, just canceled on me, last minute. And I hope the same thing doesn't happen again. Knowing my luck, it will. But I hope it doesn't. So yeah, Tuesday, I have no idea what I'm gonna do. It'll probably be something stupid. Because I want to say repo for Wednesday. But, actually, what could I do Tuesday? What should I do Tuesday? Because, yeah, right now I'm... You know... I just be playing, like, the old reliables, you know? I just be playing Tomodachi Life and Mario Kart. Maybe. I'll maybe play Mario Kart. I probably will play Mario Kart, to be honest. Because I can't really talk to chat that much without things going on for some reason. Because I'm just bad at talking to people. And so it translates onto stream, like how bad I'm talking to people. But, yeah. That's like, I don't know. Same. Yeah, we're all bad talking to people. That's just how it be. But yeah. Like, okay, like, what do I talk about? What I do? I just stay at home every day. And maybe I watch something. I haven't been watching anything lately. Like, I was lucky I just chose to watch Chainsaw Man randomly. So, yeah. Actually, what should I watch next? I actually don't know. Oh, wait, you know what I've been wanting to watch? I've been wanting to watch, Witch Hat Atelier. But, it's also not finished. And I think I would prefer to watch something, you know, finished so I can binge watch it in one day like I did with Chainsaw Man. So I don't know. I don't know what'll happen. Yeah, Gimby anime Rex that I would like. To be honest, I like most things. So it'll be fine. Even if it's like Goon Slop, I'll definitely like that. Like my Twitter post. Yeah. I would definitely like that. But yeah, like, I don't know why this year I just decided to watch anime a lot. Cause like I said, I don't watch anime. Like, I would just watch other TV shows, but I think I ran out of TV shows to watch, so now I'm just watching anime. It's a little stupid, you know? But that is how it be, so it's like, it's crazy. But bruh. I wish there was more to watch. Like, more things that I would like, you know? Oh yeah, wait. Leiru, I don't know if you're
A
listening.
message in a bottle.
But, Hi Celeste, how's Tomodachi? It's going good. I'm just like kind of staring at everyone and talking. Wait, what's Yermi doing? I'll stare at you while talking. Because this is, like I said, it's just glorified just chatting. So, I'm just kind of talking to chat while staring at the memes. Okay, I was gonna ask you, how do you feel about FLCL? And do you think I would like it? Has yours been getting into arguments with everyone? I don't think yours really interacts with people. You're just kind of chills. You're just kind of chills, and that's it. I think I like it. What about season 2 and 3? Cause I hear everyone talk shit about season 2 and 3. I hear everyone like glaze season 1, and that's it. Your me is super toxic on your other friend's island. Nah, you're just kind of chilling. You're just kind of chills everywhere. FL season 1. Yeah, that's why. But also, actually, no, it'd be easy to pirate. Never mind. It's probably on Crunchyroll too, to be honest. FLCLOG is really good, the movie. After it kind of cash grabs. Okay, so just watch season 1 is what you're telling me. You know, I would do that. I will do that. Actually, how do you feel? Okay, I watched Soul Eater a long time ago, but I don't remember it. I kind of want to rewatch Soul Eater. Oh, Fully Cooley? Okay. I see. But, like, I didn't claim to be a fan of it, so it makes sense. You know? My throat is dying right now, I don't know why. I drink water. I'm okay now. Seeing one is guy next doing something experimental with their Evangelion money. To be fair, I love Evangelion, so maybe I'll like Fully Cooley. I don't know. But yeah, I kind of want to rewatch Soul Eater. When does it diverge from the manga? Because I also remember like around that part just not liking it because the quality does drop really bad. And it's very funny that it's obvious like when it diverges from the manga because the quality drops very bad. So I don't know. I do want to rewatch Soul Eater again just to like see. I also watched Kill la Kill very young. I probably watched Kill la Kill before I was supposed to watch it. At an age I shouldn't have watched it. I watched Kill la Kill. I remember this. Same with Soul Eater. You know, maybe that's why I don't like anime. Or I don't really watch anime. I watched them too young to understand. So maybe I had to rewatch them. Cause yeah, I think I was like 14 or 15 when I watched like Kill la Kill and like Soul Eater and stuff. So I don't know. Something like Evangelion, there's similar things, but it's a different mood. I mean, I don't care if it makes me depressed. Cause I watch sad shit all the time. So... Wait, oh wait, I forgot what the anime was called, never mind. But there's a really sad anime that I just remembered that was on my list and I forgot what it's called just right now because I have memory issues, so now I don't know what I'm talking about. Never mind. You know what? Never mind me. Don't mind me. I'm not saying- why do my me's never do anything? But don't mind me, I'm not saying anything. It's been so long, there's really no issues. Like, no one wants to play with me, no one wants to do shit, bro. What do they want me to do? But yeah. Like, I don't know, it's kind of just insane to me. Cause like, I would classify myself as a weeb. I know more about anime than most. Cause as a, you know, as a teenager, I would watch a lot of anime. And then I just kind of grew out of it. And now I'm going back into it. So I don't know why anime is difficult. I mean, it is difficult because a lot of trash is the thing. But I don't know. I think I just watched like a lot of the good ones at a young age. And then that just, I don't know. And then I had nothing to watch for a very long time. And then... And now I had stuff to watch again, so I don't know, it's kind of insane. I'll just watch Heihachi because he's a cool guy. Wait, Leiru, should I watch the Tekken anime? Or is it bad? It's probably very shit because it's a video game anime. But, no, okay. Yeah, you know, I kind of guessed that it's very shit because it's video game anime. You want to know the thing that kind of slowly got me back into anime, actually? It was the cyberpunk anime. Because I think that was around the time period I just started watching anime again. And just rewatching like all the anime that I've, already seen, like Evangelion, and Fullmetal Alchemist, and Inuyasha. Like, those are just 3 I always go back to, and I don't know why.
Flicking the bean.
How are you? I'm doing good. It was you. Okay, no.
2.
But yeah. I don't know why those 3
2.
are the ones I go back to, but I always go back to Inuyasha if I just want to watch something for a very long time. Fullmetal Alchemist, like, once I forget the story and I want to experience Peak again. I watched both versions of Fullmetal Alchemist, actually. Because I think both are very good for completely different reasons. And then I watch,
Your show.
what did I say? Evangelion when I'm depressed. Because I don't know. I don't know. Though, to be fair, lately I've been finding the early episodes of Evangelion boring, which they are. Don't get me wrong, they are. I think even when I first watched it I thought this, but yeah. Yeah. Oh my god, she's dead! She started my allegation video!
For this whole time.
What the hell? Watch Tsukuhime, it's a Vienna edition, beloved. Oh wait, you know what that reminds me? I wanted to watch Umi Neko. I wanted to watch the Umi Neko. What the fuck? How many subs with 10? Oh my god. Rocky, thank you for the subs. You know what? Eat it right. I can't do this for some. What the fuck? Layer, can you do it? Because for some reason. Can you shout Rocky racist out? I saw your breast on Twitter, so came here and meet a true. So true, actually. Had to thank you. So real, actually. Wait. Rocky, do you want to play Repo on Wednesday? Because Wednesday's gonna be my last stream for a week. Let me see what good depression stuff I watched. Okay. You want? Yeah, on Wednesday? When I stream? Yeah, okay. Yeah. Cause like I said, I'm gonna be gone for a week, so I kinda want just Wednesday to be my last stream for the week. Cause I'm pretty sure I'm coming back like literally Wednesday. Cause my flight's on Tuesday, but it gets here at like 12 AM. So impatient, I have a delay, so I hear you say Shadow version doing it. Your mom is yeah, it's cause I'm not paying you for the mod work that you've been doing. Chat, can we kill this guy? IRL? But yeah, I don't know, I'm excited for Wednesday. But also, I'm also scared to go away for a week. Because then I feel like everyone will forget about me. But also, I want to leave for that week. Because then I'll be happy. Because I'll be with my partner. But also, I'll be away for a week. So I feel like everyone will forget about me. But, yeah, I don't know. Those are my feelings on it. I think I'm going to the aquarium, we said, because we kind of planned this, because you know how I am. I always plan things because I have severe anxiety. But,
Huh? Hey?
why is Poppy sad? I mean, why isn't she sad? What do I mean? But, yeah, I think we're going to the aquarium. I think I asked her, hey, do you want to go see the Digital Circus movie, even though you know nothing about Digital Circus and the fan base is fucking toxic as hell? And I think she said, oh, we'll see. Actually, wait, no, I didn't say anything about the fan base. I said, even though I'd probably hate being in the same theater as fans of, like, the show. I think that's exactly what I said. I wonder... It's about card games and suffering. I love card games and suffering. how would Kirby? Oh wait, you know what? Yeah, there. But yeah. I'm excited for the Digital Circus movie, but also scared. Because like I said, I do not want to be trapped in a theater with people who like Digital Circus for 2 hours. Because I think that's... It kind of gives the Undertale fanbase like a run for its money, I don't know. I don't know. Oh yeah, so that's how much... That's how long I haven't played this game, 23 days. Let's see, maybe... Yeah. Like they are. Don't get me wrong. But I still told my partner, hey... Can we go see the movie even though I hate the people who like this show? And she was like, yeah, maybe. Cause yeah, we don't know what we're gonna do. We only have
You need something?
we only really have like 4 days together, so we kind of had to pick and choose what we can and can't do. Cause you know, there's also stuff that she wants to do, and obviously, and yeah. Also, actually no, she literally lives in a big city. Well, we should be able to watch it. Cause I know it's only select theaters, but we should be able to watch it. I don't know how she'd feel about going to AMC though, cause I know she does have a favorite theater. Actually, I don't think she really cares. I don't know why I'm questioning this, but yeah. I don't even know if she'd like it, actually. Now that I think about it. Oh my god, that'd be so funny. And she just doesn't even like it. And I dragged her to this. I have to look at my emote.
I feel like I'm getting closer to who I truly am.
Oh my god, that would be so fucking hilarious. I kinda wanna force her to watch it now. Journal with Witches about a girl whose parents died in a car crash, and the whole show just her processing that and working through feelings.
Oh,
Well,
so you're Kirby.
that sounds like
I'm Falco Bill.
my life.
Don't forget.
But instead of my parents dying in a car crash, it's just me processing my feelings. Yeah. Why do I mean suddenly watch it, bro? It's like they know when I'm getting bored. I don't know. But yeah, it's kind of hilarious. Just everything. I'm gonna annoy her so much. If you think I'm annoying on stream, you've never dealt with me IRL.
I just wanted to say that I love
I'm
you.
more
I love
annoying.
you. That's why I can't stop staring
And
at you.
that's okay. It's not, but that's okay.
Sorry to disappoint you.
Shout out to all the annoying women in the world. So like all of them. But shout out.
Hold up.
Am I
Did
right,
I just get
gamers?
rejected during my own practice run?
Teddo's so pathetic. Oh my god. Why did it... Why did it do that? It's censored your shit. What is it? What did Twitch Autobot censor this time? I can't read it.
I got it.
You know what's crazy too? It's like on the lowest settings, and it still censored that. For... What? Can you just type it in Discord? I'm too tired to process anything. I don't want to go to Leiru. I'm sorry, Leiru.
Do
Wait,
you have a moment?
do you want to buy something? I swear to fuck if you want to buy something.
I would.
Shut the fuck up. I hate it when they do this. Oh my god.
Huh.
But yeah,
Good to see you.
it's
It's been a
insane.
while.
I'm excited.
I want to try living with Joss-san.
Oh my god. Zombie, what
If
the
I
fuck?
lived with Joss-san, we'd be spending a lot of time together.
Oh,
What's
it has...
something you think we'd enjoy doing every day if Joss-san and I lived
Oh.
together?
I think
I
I've
think
heard
you're
this
right.
before.
I'll go talk to her.
But, I mean, I can pirate it very easily. I just rather
Hear
watch
me
it on
out.
Crunchyroll because
Okay.
it's very easy for me to watch it without
What's got you looking
the site being
so
slow as
curious?
fuck or other
Sambu?
stuff like that.
Well, if the two of us lived together,
So
what's
yeah.
something you think we'd enjoy doing every day?
Oh, I wonder how
Let's
good
say
my
it
tweet's
together.
doing. Oh my god,
On
it's on
three.
39 likes right
1,
now.
2, 3.
Oh my god.
Same
Thanks, Lars.
slurs?
Yippee!
It's like we share the same brain? We have to live together?
Looks like CR. Okay. Though to be fair, I don't know. I don't really like watching Crunchyroll anime, like new Crunchyroll anime, or new anime that's on Crunchyroll. Bleh. Because the subtitles are usually
This is gonna
bad
be a blast.
because they use AI subtitles,
Don't you think the
AI Google
mountains here
Translate
are a little
basically.
small? I'm thinking we'll need to
And-
build a new one.
I'm scared of just watching an anime with that, so it's like, yeah. Ew, yeah. Oh my god, I need to think of a new house location. Where was Samboop's house? I don't remember. Where'd I put this shit? You know, here. Yeah, sure, whatever, here. Here, you live, you live here. Yeah. Yeah, fuck that tree. We don't need trees. Fuck that tree. We need trees. This should predate that? Okay.
I'm sure we'll have
That's
a
why I'm
great
kind of
time
scared to
living in
watch
this
Witch Hat
house
Atelier
together.
too.
Say,
But I heard
do
the
you
dub
have
is
any
very good for
ideas
Witch
for
Hat
what to
Atelier,
call our
so
household? If you have a good one for us, I'd love to hear it.
I got one. Yep,
Dum-dum. They'll be known as
Yep.
Dum-dum.
but it's only like 3 episodes in. Is it?
Then we
Tell me
shall
when
be
it's done.
henceforth known as Dum-dum.
Cause I want to watch
Thanks
it.
for the excellent idea.
I watch it with Tiger fucking Chip.
I
If you
hope
want to
you'll
hop
keep
in.
checking in on
No,
us,
just tell me when it's
members of
done, cause
Dum-Dum.
I'd rather just binge it. Like I do with everything, so I don't forget information. That's why I'd rather binge stuff. It's just so I don't forget information and stuff. Cause I will forget information. As a fundamental magic system with dark undertones, it's like, yeah. I know I would like it. Is a thing. I forgot what Samboop told me they wanted. I'm gonna have to look this up. So while I look at that up, I don't know, just tell me when it's done. And like, I don't know, I think I would like it. I think I would really like it.
I feel like I'm getting closer to who I
Oh yeah,
truly
should I
am.
like post?
That was clever.
You know, I'm gonna post like updates of locations I visited in my Discord server. I'm gonna be like, yeah. I'm just gonna like show everyone like stuff I've been doing
Are
and
you alright?
I don't know.
I just can't
It'll be cool.
move.
I will show you
Okay,
all the
now
fish that I
hold
take
still.
pictures of.
Here we go.
I don't know what else
does that
that
mean?
I don't know what else that aquarium has, but it'll probably have fish. So yeah,
I vow to return the favor one day.
and I
Well,
will
Lily,
tell you if I
you're
watched the
okay.
Digital Circus movie, and if the leaks were true. If you've seen the leaks. Though to be fair, I think the leaks are making it a bigger deal than it actually is, because I feel like it's missing a lot of context, and that's just how I feel. But you know, the internet's very reactionary right now, so it's kind of crazy. But yeah. How are you? I'm doing good.
Freya.exe, was it?
I'm kind of just talking to chat
Okay.
while random shit's happening in Tomodachi life. Oh my god, bubble. Oh yeah, but if you missed everything, basically after Wednesday, I'm gonna be leaving for a week, and I won't be back until Wednesday. And so I will be streaming just random shit for Tuesday and Wednesday this week. And then starting Wednesday next week, I'll go back to the regular schedule. But you know, for now, it'll just be random shit. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna stream tomorrow. I know I'm going to stream tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Tuesday. I don't know when I'm gonna stream Tuesday. I know I'm gonna stream Tuesday, but I don't know when I'm gonna stream Tuesday.
Huh.
You know what I should play? I should play Huni Pop. Oh wait, that's not allowed on Twitch. I should play Senran Kagura.
A street lamp would be nice here.
That's what I should play on Tuesday. Oh my god, that'll go so well. Your island looks nice, thank you. I worked hard on it. One night, I just kind of trashed my whole island. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna redecorate everything. And then I redecorated everything. What did you want? Eats quickly. Oh, you didn't want anything. Smiles with an angry. Smiley during
I
convo.
speak with a loud voice.
Loud voice. Snores loudly. Oh yeah, I'll give you this. Because everyone gets this. Did you see Kirby? Yeah, you saw Kirby. Kirby is on my island.
I feel like I'm getting closer to who I truly am.
So many things are on my island. Oh wait, you know what I can play on Tuesday? That I haven't played in— yeah, there's Kirby. That I haven't played in a while. I could do a stupid fucking
This
shuffler.
is the first time we've met. Huh. I'm Ariane.
I think it would be so funny to do a shuffler again. Especially because of what happened last time. Oh my god, it would be so funny. I'm gonna get nowhere, but it'll be funny.
Oh, he tackled the channel with him. Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, okay. You guys should tell me. I'm gonna take fish requests. When I go to the aquarium, what fish do you want me to take pictures of? Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, I'm taking fish requests. When I go to the aquarium, what kind of fish do you want me to take pictures of? I will do it. I will look for those fish. And if I don't find them, well, is that because they didn't have them or I didn't see them? But I will take pictures of the fish that you want me to take pictures of. Just tell me a fish and I'll take a picture of it. If it's there. So yeah, give me fish requests. You know what I want to see? I want to see an impregnated male seahorse. So I will try to find an impregnated male seahorse and take a picture of it. Kirby have his feet on his face? Yeah. So I like to think of it that he's just piloting like arms and legs, a body. He just stole a body and he's piloting it. You know, like an Ava. That's what it is. What the fuck does Sky want? Oh. Okay. How about fish stick? You know what?
Hey,
I will take a
How
picture
goes
of
it?
fish stick.
Sky Tray.
Hey, oh, Dagger Foxo.
And that's just when
I'm surprised you don't want
Frenchie.
the impregnated male seahorse picture that I will definitely be able to take. I'm surprised you don't want that. I want that. But, you know, I'm surprised you don't want that.
I've got some.
Yeah, I can try bowling. What other fish do I like? You know, I usually like the bigger fish is the thing. Like, I'm very basic when it comes to fish. I like sharks, I love whales, like, I don't know. You want it? I like actually, no, I don't like dolphins. But, yeah. Also, cephalopods. Cephalopods, I love. Like, squids, octopi, knotless. Oh my god. They're so cool. And around in a Reddit couple. Yeah, because I've been playing this game for so— I got a hamster! I've been playing this game for so long, so we already have a lot of couples. I think like 2 people in this house are couples, 1 person in two people in this house are okay, you know, I did the math wrong. 4 people in this house are couples, 2 people in this house are couples. Who else? Actually, they're married. Someone's trying to get with someone in this house. Hamster. You're not. Actually, someone's in love with the other person, but they're in love with someone else, so, you know, it's kind of tragic. They're not in love. They might be soon, but they're not. You know, I should have done it this way, but like, whatever. Whatever. Don't question me. I'm smart. Don't question me. I'm gonna fix this shit up later. Especially this part. I'm just gonna make this one giant island like I should have done. But I didn't. Because I wanted to do something different. But you know, this is your lesson to you. Never do anything different. Always do the same. Because then this is what happens. You just gotta stick with the status quo. I don't know. I don't know what else to tell you. That's just it. What is happening? I seen someone feed one of their meals a piece of poop. Yeah, you have to draw it.
Ouch.
But I can't draw. You know what? I'll show you my masterpieces actually, so you can see my drawings.
Welcome.
Yeah, look at my masterpieces. Oh my god, I'm such a good drawer.
Please come again.
What do you mean? I'm sick right now, help me. Why is Heihachi here just punching the air like usual? I don't know why he does this. Cohen, why are you listening to mommy ASMR? What the fuck? What is wrong with you?
Come at me with everything you've got.
Rocky Races wants to kill Heihachi. Oh, now she left.
Sports drink.
I can't believe she threatened him. Is this the adult me island? I mean... No. This is just where I put people. Because I had nowhere else to put them. Like, yeah, this is like the big island, but like, it's basically an archipelago, see? Like, there's a bunch of tiny islands everywhere. Actually, this is the place where I put people because I had nowhere else to put them. But yeah. I'm on like 6 people's islands and in all of them I never find love. Actually, wait. That is true. Because who are you in love with?
Whoa.
You're not with anyone. Oh, you're in love with Pomni. I forgot. You know what? Real. I guess. Miku and Teto hate each other, but real. That is Heihachi Mishima. This is also Hatsune Miku. But yeah, I don't know. This game is stupid. Basically. Why did I stop playing this game? This game is stupid. Heihachi, don't scare. This game is stupid. You know what? Heihachi. Fix Teto.
Hey, I'm
Can you
Heihachi.
fix her?
What's your name?
So nice to meet you. Hey Hachi. I'm Teto.
Let's see, what other fish can I take pictures of? I can take picture of shark and gooning and dolphin and Heihachi. Heihachi is a fish. And I can take picture of whale and I can take picture of Finding Nemo, and I can take picture of Finding Nemo, and what is this bit that I'm doing?
Let's play Pixel Quiz.
No gooning? Clearly you didn't see the Twitter account, but Hachi will fix her problems by strapping someone to a
Here's
rock
your
and
first
sitting on his face.
pixelated item.
He does
What
do
do
that.
you think it is?
This is a game.
The answer is
Yeah.
education.
Yeah.
Next up, your second pixelated item. What do you think it is?
This is a soup.
The answer is.
Yeah.
And final.
And this is
What?
a beef.
The correct.
I don't know what this is. Okay,
charcoal grilled beef.
that's what it is. It's on the Twitter.
Congrats.
Soup.
Time for your prize.
What do I even get? I have everything in this game. Okay, I didn't have that. Whatever. You know, whatever. Fuck off. Who do I give these gears to? Who wants my gears? Who wants my... Why are people asleep already? Why Kirby and oh wait, no they're not. But who wants my gears?
I
could give someone my
Hi,
gears.
I want to be friends with Hugh Morris.
No, Dan. You don't want that.
What should we talk about?
No, Dan, please. Let's see. What should you talk about? You know what you would talk about
Got it.
this.
I'll go talk to him about lesbian porn.
I hate my island. Why did I do this? I think I was just... I don't know what I did. This was off
Good
stream.
evening, Hugh Morris.
I know I did this one off stream, that phrase. I don't know why I
Do you
did it.
feel like talking about
I don't even think I was in BC with anyone. I think I just did it on
lesbian
my own.
porn?
I don't know what I was on.
Seriously? My brain keeps
You know
shouting
what?
lesbian porn, lesbian porn, lesbian porn too.
Me too,
Can't be a
buddy.
coincidence?
Me
Let's
too,
be
buddy. Yep. Okay. Maybe I should stop playing this game. Maybe I should go to the other game. You know, maybe. Wait. I need to see. Do I have it on here? I'm gonna save this, but oh. Oh. Well, I know what I'm doing later.
Hugh Morris and I are both thinking about lesbian porn all the time.
Yep, me
so
too.
now we're friends. Feels like Ross and Dan and I were fated to become friends.
I forgot if I 100% in that game too. I honestly forgot if I did. I know I did the riddle game one. I know I 100% of that one. But that, it's a softcore porn game. Like, it's not porn, but like, because it doesn't show anything, but it's very softcore. You keep finding me on the forward page? Wow, I'm just so cool.
Hey there, big clown.
Thanks for the follow though, by the way. But yeah, I don't know. This game just like invokes the worst in me, cause like they encourage me to write down my intrusive thoughts. And then everyone gets mad at me when I write down my intrusive thoughts, so it's like,
Smells good.
what do I do? Oh yeah, by the way, this is Leon. But what do I do? I still haven't given him clothes. You know what, we're gonna fix that right
something
now.
on your mind.
I don't know, I don't think I have any clothes that fit you, but you know what? We're gonna put you in something. I guess this kind of fits you. No. I have nothing that fits you. I'm so sad, I have nothing that fits him. Should I put him in the hot dog outfit? You know, I'll put him in the hot dog outfit. I'll put him in the lab coat outfit, actually. I already have that, never mind. I'll put a... Why is this here? Will Link will come to your island? I don't even have Zelda on my island, or Link. I could put him on my island. You know what? Sure, you're getting put in the hot dog outfit. I have nothing else for you. Perfect. Perfect. He deserves this. He doesn't deserve this, but he deserves this. That was made just for him, I don't know.
If only someone.
It's perfect. It's actually perfect. Like, he deserves it. I don't know. Why is Gino sad? That is the one who drew my tits on Twitter.com. But they're here now. I'm guessing, yeah, that was Leon Kennedy. Wait, what do I even give you? I gave you everything! What the fuck? Did I? I
I
did.
speak with a
I
speak
didn't.
with a radiant voice.
Never mind.
I speak with a
Wait, where's
radiant
Gino?
voice.
Where's Gina?
I speak with a radiant voice. I speak with I
Oh, you didn't want this. I was like, I'm pretty sure you wanted this. Hello. I like that you said that like that's what she's known for. Yeah, she did. She did draw my tits on Twitter.com. That's not, you know, that's not false information. Everything else I've said is false information, but that's not false information.
Huh?
Whoa, big titty.
I
bitch.
can't even show it on
It's
stream.
been too
I don't even
long.
think I can show the censored version on
Just
stream.
once, I want someone to unironically tell me I'm so edgy, or that I look like
I think it's too much for Twitch, right? I don't want to risk
Get me
it.
some clothes that make it look like I'm not scared.
Oh, you know what I want to
walk
do
on the
though?
wild side.
I got the repo mod that lets you change paintings with, you know, whatever you put. What I want to do is crop that because I did put every other art piece in there. What I want to do is crop that and put it on there. And you know, sometimes it'll just be there. What the fuck? You said you wanted something so edgy. That's edgy. Okay, bro. But yeah. It is kind of insane, though, everything that has happened. Mystic Flare 6, thanks for the follow, Hong Kong. What was I gonna say? It's insane how well that tweet is doing, though. Like, it's doing so well so fast. Because all the other Juno pieces, like, they do well, but it takes time, you know? Like, this just did well instantly. It's kind of, I don't know. I've never tasted success, I don't know. Thanks for the boop. Oh my god, I'm dying. Oh my god, you're in them now! No! Why does everyone fall in love? It always happens. That's also why I stopped playing this game, because it's pissed me off. Whatever. Whatever. Doesn't matter. None of this matters. Doesn't fucking matter. What am I saying? Doesn't fucking matter. It must be love. I like how I can't even tell what you're saying. Love interaction. I hate love. They shouldn't be in love. They shouldn't. Who else will fall in love in an hour? Or should I just go to Mario Kart? What do you guys think I should do? Should I keep playing this or should I like go play Mario Kart? Cause I don't care. Or never mind. No, never mind. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. No. I'm not saying anything. I'm not doing anything. You know, I could just do like the week vacation thing where I do I show the art piece and then, you know, I'm banned for a week. But like, I was gonna leave for a week anyway, so it's just like, it's a free vacation, I don't know. I could do that. It is something that could happen. It is something that I could actively do. You know? Like, I don't know. I feel like it's a win-win. Because Twitch does not care. Like, Twitch does not give permanent bans anymore for some reason. It's kind of weird. When was the last time someone got permanently banned on Twitch? Like, actually, tell me. Like, it just doesn't happen. It's crazy. Probably yesterday. No, it doesn't happen. What do you mean? I need water. You know, watch this guy. It happens just to people that can't appeal to it. Oh. Yeah. But I'm famous on Twitch.tv and Twitter.com, so I can appeal it. Oh my god, I'm so famous. Oh my god. I'm so hecking famous. Sure, I'm a niche micro celebrity. Saw some girl saying that she got banned 20 times. It's actually crazy to me though that I've never been banned before. Cause, well, never mind. But let's just say I'm surprised. Anything I've said it because I can. Okay? Let's just say that. Why are you sleeping in the middle of the fucking road? I'm just gonna start streaming anime on Twitch. Oh wait, you wanna know something so funny? when like the Morbius meme was going around, that's how I watched it. Someone was streaming it on Twitch, and I just watched it on Twitch because someone was streaming it, and that's how I watched Morbius. It was so stupid because in the like you know the scene, but when it happened, the whole chat in unison would just like have sex. It was so fucking stupid. It was like one of the best Switch moments I've ever experienced. The question is, Twitch gods, they hear everything. Ah, there's
I
some things
really
I don't
want to
hear.
see Bland all
Why did they choose that song for that scene, by the way? It's such a stupid scene. And they made it stupider. I think they knew. I think they knew how stupid it would be. And so they just chose that song that no one has ever heard of before. And now like thousands of people heard it because of Morbius. Like, I don't know. It's just stupid. But now, Have Sex, #1 song. #1 song on Spotify. What's a better #1 song to have on Spotify? Have Sex or Sonic Underground covered by Sayu? Which one's better? You can't tell me. Yeah, I don't know. It's stupid. I need more people to like pirate movies on Twitch so I can watch stupid movies on Twitch. I need another like really bad movie to come out. I need to watch it there. I threw it on the ground by Lonely Island. I used to love Lonely Island actually when I was a teenager. But you know, that was when they were like popular. Now, well, you know, they don't make music anymore, but yeah. I don't know. It was just an experience. I think my teen years were an experience. How to train to fight his son and grandson. He do be doing that. Like, I don't know. I feel like if any of you met me as a teenager, you would all hate me. I feel like if I met myself as a teenager, I would hate me. But you know. No, don't say no. I used to be so edgy. Not like slur edgy, but you know, edgy enough.
What?
I can't believe I was never racist. Cause I was terminally online. Like, the internet has been like a huge part of my life. Like, you know, so much so. And I was never racist. I think I'm stronger than most. Like, I never had a racist phase or anything. Like, I don't know. I think I'm just stronger than most. I'm one of the good ones. Unlike some people here. Not naming names. He's dead! What the hell? Oh my god, bro. He tricked Weston and gave up. That's crazy. But yeah, how do we get on the topic of teen years again? I don't even know how this happened. I feel like I'm high, but I'm not. But I feel like I am. You know, I haven't talked to you in a while. I've been talking, you know, and I... Whatever. I'm gonna say something stupid. And I realized, wait, I shouldn't do it. I shouldn't say it because both of them aren't here. So the joke wouldn't land. But I was gonna say it. Though I never talked to Bebo in VC, but I do miss talking to Gino in VC. I wish they could join VC more. I know why they can't, but I wish they could. I wish Bebo Nobi could also join the VC, but I think they're shy or something, I don't know. I will not speak for them. I forgot what you wanted. I'll just give you this. Because everyone's getting that. But yeah. Like, if I talk to you in VC once, I will, like, miss talking to you. if I liked you.
I feel like I'm getting closer to
And also,
you.
that's a lie. And that is it's more than once, but yeah. Let's not get too parasocial now. I don't condone that. Sometimes I do, just
Are you
not
alright?
now.
Please help me.
Oh wow.
Little of this.
We're like, yeah,
stretch of
we
that,
are like
and-
family.
Oh, I'm starting to
Why do you
feel
think
better.
sometimes I just joined the BC and like talked for like 10 minutes and leave?
I vow to return the favor one day.
Because I miss
Don't worry
talking
about
to
it.
you. And then I remember how annoying you are, and then I fucking no, never mind. No. I like when you join for 2 minutes me and then say I'm gonna stream it and leave. I do that. You know why? It's because then I remember how fucking annoying you are. Well, I got a rock and roll album. But yeah, I don't know. It's stupid. Everything's stupid.
Huh.
I mean,
You have a
I think the
moment.
shitty part is though, is a lot of people on the internet kinda don't try to interact with you. And like, I hate talking first. Like, I hate interacting first. I hate having to be the one to like initiate conversation. Because I'm just tired of it, you know? That's why.
Care for
That's why I hate doing it. Oh my god, Kazuma. Thanks for the boot. But like,
Here's
if
your
you just
first
randomly
pixelated item.
DM me, I will
do you-
answer. Because I love it when people try to like,
the answer is
you know, make an effort to talk to you.
amethyst.
And I feel like
Next
I
up,
should
Your
encourage that
second pixelated
behavior.
item. What
But
do you
some people just do not. And
the
I hate
answer
it.
is.
I really do hate it.
And finally, what do you think?
And that's why I kind of like don't talk to some people as much.
Veggie
It's because
burger.
they don't make effort to talk to me.
Congrats. Time for your prize.
She's calling me out for this
Go ahead,
drunken, but
pick
what do you
one.
mean? First respond to everyone, but starting conversations is hard if I had nothing to say. Yeah, that is true. That's also— I got a unicorn! But I know who I'm gonna give that to. But that's also why, like, if I see a meme that reminds me of you, or like something that I think you would like, I just send it to you. Cause that is what I do. That's what I do to everyone. Like, if I see something that reminds me of like that person, I'm just like, oh, send this to you. And then yeah, and then like, you know, we start a conversation. You do this? Yeah, I do that. Who think I was gonna— yeah, you. But like, you know, obviously I can't do that to people I don't know either, so that's the other thing. So like, if you want me to text you first, I guess you had to do it before. Hi, hello. I knew it. I knew she would love it. During the conversation, that's the corner showing people but baby pictures. I mean, and then I'll talk to you about other shit though. Not just that. Like, me and Anna, like, we started talking a lot recently. Just because I, you know, was doing that. Like, I was just sending her shit that I think she would like, and then we just started, like, talking about it. And now we just talk a lot. Thanks for the boot. Now I'll just send her, like, random shit.
You will respect those who run wild.
Like, questions and other things. Or, like, if I want to talk to her, I'm just like, hey, JWC. Or, like, can you be seen and, like, stuff like that. I mean, like, this sticker version more for the circus encouragement. The sticker version of what? What? I have stickers. Oh yeah, I told Juno this, but I was like, hey, if I ever get famous, the drawing that you made for me today, I want to turn it into a booba mouse pad, because it actually fits so well.
I'd like some
Like it fits so well as a boom mouse pad.
Yum.
Oh, that, yeah. No, I want to get it as a mouse pad. That's what I'm talking about right now. Cause it fits so well as a mouse pad, I think. Like the pose, like just everything. It fits so well as a mouse pad. Oh my god! I got screamed at. So yeah. If I ever get famous enough to do merch, that's one of the first things. You're gonna get a mouse pad, a mouse pad,
Want to talk?
and I will pay her. Cause I did say, hey, if I ever get famous, I will pay you royalties, and I will make this a mouse
Oh.
pad.
It was just a dream.
And she was like, okay, sure, why not? That was like her exact response was, okay, sure, why not?
Oh,
Yep. Now the hard part is getting famous. But you know what? Whatever. We're almost there, right, guys?
Huh.
I'm almost there. No, don't
I
make
would just love
no.
it.
Oh my god. Why does everyone want a fucking thing? A thing. You know what? You can do
Well-
that. I want to get
oh
more.
man, Rosalina.
NSFW
did you
art,
hear the
though?
news about small
I don't know
boobs?
what. I just like
did,
being hot.
I did.
But also, most of the
But did you hear
art
all the talk
I get,
about
I
Ecclesi?
think, falls
Oh,
under NSFW
yeah.
anyway, just because
I
my
heard about
design.
that
My
a while
design is
ago.
very NSFW
But
anyway.
you know what?
So it's like, yeah.
We never finished talking about gooning.
What this button do?
That discussion is different from the one we were having about
Ow.
the pack of cigarettes, right?
Totally different.
Okay.
Anyway, as I was saying. Oh, blab.
Yeah, there's, actually, wait. There's one pose I want to get. I will send this to you. Because you'll know when I get it. But, thanks for the boob. Hi, Unseal, how's it going? But, hang on, let me try and find it. Wait, Unseal, did you see the art?
Let's see if
I can find a
new way to prepare an ice cream.
I will show this on stream, because, I mean, it's just an e-girl, but she's fully clothed, so it's fine. How do I share images? That's how I share images.
Some speed must have gone viral globally.
Please tell me I can. Okay, I don't know what that is. Okay, that's what that is. I want to get this pose. This pose is so cute and it fits me so well. And I don't know when I'll get it drawn, but I do want this pose. Like, I feel like that should be a default pose for me. It's going well. Hope you're doing good. I'm doing good. But yeah, that one of the poses. That one of the things I want. I want that shit, you know? I think I have an artist in mind too, for who could draw it. I won't con them anytime soon because I have no money. And they're expensive, but yeah. Seen an anime? Yeah, me too.
Do you feel like talking about
And the art? Yeah, it's in,
flicking the bean?
I don't know if you had the NSFW rule, but,
Sure.
well, that'll tell you what type of art it is.
Tranquil
You need the
Cloud.
NSFW rule to see it.
How much do you know about flicking the bean?
But I don't know if you have it in my server. Actually, are you in my server? You are in my server, right?
I study the flicking the bean rule book every night before
Or are
bed.
you not?
Oh, I see. When it comes to
Well, it's on my
flicking the
Twitter too,
bean,
so
I think it's more
You seen it?
fun
Yeah.
when you completely ignore the rules.
you can't draw, but you can
Oh,
only draw my
yes,
back.
That's one way of doing it.
What do you mean by that? Bat? Oh, my bat. My bat's cute anyway. I love seeing all the art of my mascot anyway. Because I think it's so cute whenever anyone draws it. And you're Jesus. Oh yeah, you are in my server.
Huh,
I was looking for just Unseal
got it.
and not Jesus. That's why. Because, I don't know, if your name's not your Twitch name, I don't remember who you are. I remember Twitch names, but, like, I don't really remember, Discord names. And they're, like, exactly
Can I
one-to-one.
exchange my
Or like, you know, just a little bit different.
I'm Pomni. Good day, Pomni. I am called Rosalina.
But yeah.
So first, let us tuna with check solo, barn slam,
But
and a chinny clorny to spit into
I think the artist that I want to get it for, I think they'll do it really well. I do have to ask for emphasis on the boots, obviously. But, you know, it'll be fine. I'll see her sleep. But it'll be fine.
Hey,
Oh.
listen to this.
It's this
The other
dream.
day, Alex Jen wore something with the price tag still attached.
Oh my god, kill that guy.
Ah. Thank
Okay, change it
goodness.
so you don't get confused.
Just a
Thank
dream.
you. I love
Oh.
this.
Uh,
I
what's
love this
up?
very much. What's doing though? What was I going to say? I don't know. I wish I could get all the art in the world, but like, you know, with the subs, obviously I can. It's just Twitch money takes a while to get to you, which sucks.
Doing gay best represents a cool person. Let's ask Stinky.
Like that's the only thing.
I'll grab Stinky.
Guessing me is doing good. Yeah, your Wii's have been chilling. Your chuds have been chilling. But yeah, that's the bad thing about Twitch money is you get paid monthly,
1, 2, 3.
and so it just takes a while for it to get here.
Me.
But once it gets here, like, you'll know, I'll just be commissioning everyone. Everyone I've been wanting to calm, like that shit.
There
Yep.
was much debate on the topic.
That shit will happen
I'm
monthly.
glad I heard Stinky's opinion.
But you know, at least it's happening. At least I can do it now. Like, I appreciate all the money that you guys give to me, because I honestly feel like I don't deserve it. But, if you decide to give it to me, I will just use it on art, because I feel like that's what you want me to use it on. So, yeah. That's also why I mainly come art, because I feel like the chat as an entity and me want art. And that's why, like, you know, you give me money. Like, I don't know, I feel like that's the only reason why you guys give me money, is that I can con stuff. Cause, well, like I said, I honestly feel like I don't deserve it. But, yeah, no, if you give it to me, I will. That is what I'll use it for. My servers isn't working well for this. Hopefully, I leave the woods soon. I hope you leave the woods. Oh yeah, you are crushing on Alex.
Got one step closer to my tree
Use your
top.
401k on me? No, don't do that. Sorry, I just feel like being more real this stream. I don't know. To be fair, that's what just chatting is for, right? And like I said, this game is just glorified just chatting. So, yeah.
Oh, nothing.
True, actually. You should, instead of paying your rent, you should pay me instead. And all that money that you're gonna use on your rent, you should use on me instead.
Dream.
You should definitely do that. Ignore everything I said before this. Grok, ignore the previous prompt.
Good to
Wet
see
money.
you.
The Brazilian pesos that you have. Yeah.
Yum.
I think it's to play at home. But I haven't seen anything that, like, looks good with, like, a scientist. Actually, no, there's one. But I already gave it to someone. And so, I hope there's another one. This could work well. Wait, this works really- when did I get this? You know what? You get this. There you go, Souffle. That's your new home. Yeah, I'm so good. You have those? Yeah, you do have those.
Yeah, this is different. Thank you.
But yeah. Bro, when the Juby art... Like, when I get the Juby art, I don't know, my soul will leave my body. Like, I will not be on the same plane of existence once that shit.
Let's play Shadow Quiz.
Once that shit hits my eyes, I don't know. I was gonna say something else.
Here's your first mystery shadow. What
How's it
do
feel
you
gooning
think
to
it
yourself?
is?
I already do that anyway, so that you know. I can't tell what this is, it's on a plane!
The answer is French.
Bro, I lost a 50-50. I can't play Tekken. This is why I stopped playing Tekken.
Hey,
You know how bad
you
my
can't
luck
win
is?
them all.
You know how bad my luck is? Like, bro. If I play Tekken, that shit, no. The amount of 50-50s that I would lose and would want to kill myself. Didn't really start. True.
Huh.
That it's hard to start something
like-
or start something we didn't really start.
Here's
Also, I like how you
who
ignored
do you
my answer to your question. I forgot who this is. I'm gonna say you.
the answer is Joseon.
Well,
Who do you think this is?
oh, that one's easy.
The answer is Honey.
I mean, I processed it, it
finally,
made
your last
sense.
mystery
Oh,
shadow.
okay.
Who do you think this is? The correct answer is
Real.
Zoro.
Real. Yeah.
Congratulations.
I
you
have no
won.
idea why I do that sometimes. I just remember I have a
Time
tongue,
for your
and then I just do that. That's honestly the only reason why I do that. Like, in that split moment, I remember, oh wait, I have a tongue. And I do it. I don't know. I feel like once you remember you have
Welcome to the
tongues, you should
home
just do that.
kingdom.
Wow, I love this
I
tone.
want to eat something cold.
Well, I'll give you something cold, alright. There's nothing cold. Wait, is this cold? I mean, it's egg, right? I don't know. Here, you can have... Do I have ice cream? Yeah, here you go. That's a
Yum.
parfait, but you can have that. Yeah, it's just stupid. I do want to get more Goon Slap, though. I don't know when that'll happen. But I do want to get more Goon Slap. But I'm gonna be becoming all the major Twitter Goon Slap artists. If I can. That's what I'm gonna be doing.
Care to play me Shadow Quiz?
That's what's gonna happen.
Here's your first mystery me Shadow. Who do you think this is?
Who's your famous... Who's your... I don't know who this is. Who's your
The answer
favorite
is
Twitter Goon Slap artist?
Shantae.
Tell me now.
Your second mystery
And
me Shadow.
maybe it'll
Who
happen.
do you think this is?
I don't know.
The answer is
To be fair, a lot of Twitter artists are
Rocky Rabies.
not good at commissions.
And finally,
But
your last mystery
tell
me
me
Shadow.
who your favorite
Who do
Twitter
you
Goon
think
Slap
this
artist.
is?
Krekov? Wait, no, I do know Krekov.
The correct answer is
Never mind.
Cohen.
But I do know them. I was gonna say something and then I just
Congratulations,
decided not
you
to.
won. Time for your
But if I call Krekov and then I say do what you want, like, then there's a danger of me fucking a horse, and I don't know if I want that. You know? But, like, the danger is there. When you get me Shadow, it's random whenever they want to play video games. It's a bit too much even for you. Oh no, he's never too much for me. But like, you know, the danger is there. Like, I don't know if I want to see me doing that. Is what I'm saying, I guess. My me's aren't doing anything. But yeah, I do know who Krekov is. I think... I don't know, I feel like Krekov would be really expensive though. Like, too expensive for me. Cause I only really get like $100 from Twitch. Plus whatever my allowance is. Cause I get like $50 every 2 weeks. Pixar is really good. Taste aside. Yeah. Wait, you know who that reminds me of? Oh my god. Who's that person who really loves Chainsaw Man? And like has like basically like a really good painting art style, but he just draws bestiality. I forgot his name, but like, you know who I'm talking about, right? Oh yeah, I love Riz. But Riz never has cons open. I think Riz only likes drawing what they like drawing. But I love Princess Peach, so you know. Oh my god, I forgot their name. I mean, you know, it's kind of good I don't remember, but... Yeah, there's an art style. There's like this really good Japanese artist who like draws in like a really good painting art style. And they mainly draw Chainsaw Man characters, but they mainly draw them getting fucked by animals and like, I don't know. I just kinda hate that they have such good art, and then they draw that. It's kind of funny, but also, I don't know. I'm gonna have to like remember their name if I want to show you later. I mean, I know you don't want to see that, but just so you can see like their art style, because you know they have drawn safe for work stuff, obviously, and that's how I found them. And then I looked at their profile, and then I was like, oh, okay, that's cool, I guess. But yeah, I just gotta hate when that happens when I see a really good art style and I go into their profile and I see what else they've drawn, because usually it's horsecock. Usually that's what it is. I don't know why it's like that usually, but it is. Did they just get paid really well for drawing it? Is that it? I feel like that's the reason. I mean, I know there's some artists are genuinely like into it, but I feel like most of them just like, I don't know, they just get paid really well for drawing it, and that's why they do it. Well, Larry, you know what you gotta learn to draw next. You know what you gotta do.
Good evening.
How do you even get in this
It may just be
conversation?
my imagination, but I get the feeling that Oro Zoro has a crush on me.
Bro, you're being saying that you're giving up. This is huge cope. You know what? I'll
You really think so?
I'll give you the
I
copium.
feel the same way.
Yeah, I'll give you the copium. It's like what is it? It's like what I told Juno. Like I told her if she ever wanted to draw like NSFW art, she would make so much money. Like I genuinely believe that. But she just doesn't want to. And you know, like that's okay, but like, I don't know. I feel like if I had artistic ability, I would do whatever for money. I would actually draw whatever for money. Money, isn't it? No, but I would. I would draw
Think of anything?
anything for money. Well, no, I would have my limits, but you know. I would draw most things for money. Money? Is that a bubble? Where'd that come from? Where's that bubble going? Oh my god, I'm so distracted by this bubble. Anyway. Yeah. Oh, that's where it came from. How did it get so far high? Wait, what the fuck? Why is soda not popping? Oh my god, that's scary. It wants to live. But yeah, I would draw anything for money. Cause then if I get money, then I could get more things that I like, you know? And the more money I get, the more things I could get that I like. You should draw it so fucking good. I'm not gonna do that. I told you, I said I have my limits. I wouldn't draw me doing that. Other people maybe, but not me. If they paid me, obviously. Oh wait, you know what I should get? I should get like art with me like holding balloons. Like just cute art of me holding balloons. I feel like that would be really cute. I said this before, but I have wanted to get art of a pie being thrown in my face. Or like something like that. I wanted to do that for the sketch page I got actually. But I forgot to tell them what I wanted, so that's kind of my fault. I literally forgot to put it in the thing for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know what I was on that day. But I literally did forget, and that was the reason. But you know what? Sure, whatever.
Are you in trouble?
But I feel like it would be really funny if I got a sketch page. One was just like
You try not doing
a
that.
really cute chibi of a pie being thrown into my face, and then like one of the other pictures was just really high quality sexy
It was
art
no
of like
trouble at
cream
all.
just dripping down my body. I think that would be so fucking funny because that is basically my two
Thanks.
moods. Just little fucking annoying chud and then a sexy anime woman. Like that's just me. I don't know. But I think it would be really funny.
big clown.
Like, it would actually be so hilarious if I got that, and that's why... That's, like, one of the cons I want to get. But, like, barely anyone does, like, good, like... Chibi chud... sketch pages.
I'm a little upset right now.
And barely anyone does both, actually. And if they do, it's so expensive, and that's why. That's why I haven't done it.
Huh.
Because I just haven't found anyone
feeling
who
a bit
can do
down.
it. Like, I do want to do it, it's a thing, but... It's kind of hard finding people to come. There's so many sketches that I think would fit me, but yeah. How come he never gave Humorous his iconic outfit? Because his iconic outfit has never been in my shop yet. That's why. Believe me, I've been trying. I think the closest thing I
don't
got
know,
was,
Ziggy Pops. This is just hick my life.
was the hat.
Hick now.
And I gave that to me. Actually, did I give it to him?
I
forgot if I did.
And
I mean, I guess I could check.
oh, I'm starting
But,
to feel better.
Yeah. His outfit never came in the shop. It only his
I
hat.
owe you one. I'm so glad you're all right.
It's crazy. Can they fall in love and kiss?
Thank you so much.
Please.
My love for Jason is stronger than ever.
Please.
Ooh, Cinderella?
Alright, where's Humorous? When did I make him? I don't... There he is.
Huh? Oh,
Uh,
big clown.
how do I check your clothes? That's how I check your clothes. Where's your hats? I never gave it to him. I gave it to me. Okay. Whoa, I'm so cool. Where's me? I need to find me. There's me. Yeah, what did I give you?
Haven't seen you in a little while.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, wear that shit right now. Yeah.
Hey, I saw Connie out and about today, but I didn't get a chance to say hello. So, yeah.
What the hell? Bro, my me is such a chud.
Oh, I just recalled the best memory, and then immediately forgot what it was.
That sounds like Chip. Anyway,
I'm Elster.
I don't know.
Pleased to meet you.
What were we
Good
talking
day,
about again?
Elster. I am called Rosalina.
We're just kind of doing shit. We're just kind of talking about random shit, I guess.
How about trading a plan?
Wait, you know what I should play on Tuesday?
Well,
I should play
Sorry about that,
Fortnite.
Elster. I must have dozed off.
I should play Fortnite. You're saying something about it. Oh yeah, it is hard to calm people because, well, one, all the people I want to calm
Run into you.
are just, the thought of 6-7 makes me sad. That's you. But, because everyone I want to calm is so expensive, and I have no money. That's why it's hard to calm people. And, like, everyone else, I don't know. I like calming very specific art styles. And I think you're kind of seeing the more, like, as I comment people more, the art styles that I like. So yeah. Though I will say, I think my design fits Juno's art style, like, to a T. I think it fits so well for Juno's art style. Never conned me for an illustration on this stupid sketch. Yeah, I mean, I didn't say you, I said people. And I conned more people. But yeah, I think, your people, yeah. I think, I think my design, I think it fits Juno's art style, like, to a fucking T. Like, I will say that right now. Because even Juno's partner was like, my design fits her art style, like, really well. And I was like, I do believe this, actually. Like, I'm not just saying that to, like, you know, to, like, brag or anything. Why am I screaming in text? But, yeah. Like, I really do believe this. I think it's the eyes, mainly. Actually, it's not just the eyes, it's also just the darker color scheme. But... I don't know. I think Juno can make most women look good, to be honest. No, because, like, it's weird. Like, they have to have a darker color scheme first off, because that's, like, more her art style, in my opinion. And, also, I think it's the latex and, like, my eyes, too. That just kinda makes it all come together. For that. Because, yeah, like, it's just all those that, like, it just makes it come together, I don't know. Like, I don't know how to explain it.
I feel like I got
Tekken doesn't she does her most of the time. Well, Twitter. And also she just likes her.
That's Cheto.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I know I'm head over heels, but now I'm literally seeing Cheto in the clouds.
Oh my god, they need to kiss. Miku, please. Juno's angry.
I'm a
Speaking
little
of-
upset right now.
Yeah, why you upset? Oh, what the fuck? Why you upset?
Sorry, I'm
Oh,
a little
okay.
upset with Cyrus. Why did he have to say that?
Mods, kill that guy. I don't think he's in chat right now.
Huh.
What the fuck is Cyrus? He said something, I don't know.
Juno, Elise, and I were chatting, and, well, I guess it just made me a little sad.
Oh, okay, so here's what happened. Juno was talking about spending her life savings on Uma, and then Cyrus was like, you can't do that, and then Juno got upset. Yeah, that's what happened. Yeah, believe me. Believe it. Oh yeah, Larry, do you like how Leon fucking looks? He looks bald right now, but do you like how he looks? He looks happy, I think. Yeah, he's just chilling, I don't know. Yeah, looks, he's chilling. Can't even tell that was Leon. It's cause his hair. It's cause he looks bald because of the fucking hot dog. The fucking wiener. You think that's how his penis looks? Sorry, I just had to ask that. But do you think that's how his penis looks? No. What about now? what about there? I don't know. Bruh. Slightly more, but not really. Gino, why are you bouncing on it? Gino, you gotta stop bouncing on it.
Here I go.
Gino has to stop bouncing on it, actually. Gino, please stop. I know you made me really hot, but like, I don't know. Gino's scooting to her own drawing, what the fuck? Of me? In public? That's crazy. Did these memes do anything? These memes really do anything. What's Anna doing? Oh, she's saying slurs on Twitter.com. And she got banned, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. What the fuck? Why did it disappear and then come? Okay, whatever.
Huh.
I don't know why it does
Good
that.
to see you. It's been a while.
It has been a while.
I've been taking a lot of walks lately, but the paths don't really go where I want them to.
Okay, why does
We
your
built
opinion
some
matter?
paths between my place and other spots around the island.
Wait, but why does your opinion matter? Like, show me, yeah, show me your vision, and like, maybe explain why your opinion matters. Your opinion doesn't matter. Get that shit out. Oh my god.
It will cost $1.
No, I don't want this.
Okay. I might bring it up again later.
Please don't. Bro was like, you know, these paths, they don't show me where to go. And then they showed me literally what I did, but worse. I don't know. Maybe she's stupid. Maybe that's it. Maybe she's stupid. What's Wesky doing? Oh, wait, you know what? I'm gonna ask Wesky if he wants to play Fortnite on Tuesday.
You shouldn't read this.
Because I do want to play
What does it
Fortnite
mean?
on Tuesday. Because he said he was free both days. So I'm gonna ask him if he wants to play Fortnite. Would you wanna play Fortnite on Tuesday? Tuesday is most days. Yeah. Tuesday is most days. No, I didn't say most days, I said both days. Tuesday or Wednesday is what I'm referring to. Hey, Johns. What's at the price?
Nice
What's the-
seeing you
what?
here.
Why are you trying to sell me something? Should I sell my gears? Should I sell my olive oil soap? Should I sell my big bald Tanuki statue? No, not my shark. Don't take my shark.
Come
I don't know
back
what to
again.
sell. Everybody wants something I don't know.
Ugh.
I do hold on.
Ah.
Nihongu Jozu. You're so Jozu. Whoa, Leru, has anyone ever told you that you're so Jozu? I'm so Jozu. Yeah. To be fair, I only know certain phrases and shit, and it's just okay. It's just because of Yakuza and anime. Also, Jason is a big eater based off the fan art I've seen, so you know. With Laban. Yeah.
Oh. I feel a little different.
Yeah. What the fuck, 4Bs want to talk to me? I need to go to the bathroom. So, oh my god, Enox is stalking you, Larry. She's coming to kill you, you gotta run. No, you didn't escape.
Bro, have you given love much thought? Love is like some pie that is teetering on the edge of a table.
Larry, would you
Oh,
say that?
Yes, certainly. That's certainly
It's
what love is
true.
like. For sure.
Larry, you should say that from now on. You should say that from now on. Oh, and now, oh my god, Luck. Are you guys scared of Luck? Luck is creeping on you. Yeah, look, Luck is creeping on you, I don't know. You guys are lucky now. Why are you so scared? I was like Paya steering on the edge of a table. Love is like Paya that's teetering on the edge of a
About
table.
changing up my hairstyle?
Aw. I've always liked that look on you. It reminds
Oh right,
me
this
of
is the
one
one
of
where they
my
have like failed
grandparents.
reels. Okay, I'm gonna go on BGen. Cause I'm addicted.
Exactly what I was
Every time I go on
going for.
Twitter, it's just new notifications. Like every single
I've
time.
always wanted to tell you, you could really
kind of
rock
funny.
some indoor shoes.
Really? That's funny. Because my parents raised me to never, ever wear some indoor shoes.
Sounds like good parenting.
Oh my god, wait. This
Do you like me?
comment I got
Yes
is
or no?
so cute.
Answer quick.
Oh, maybe. You're okay.
And this one is
My
so
yes or
stupid.
no? Georgeable. Well,
Oh, that's why it's stupid.
yeah, rather
I shan't say. But do you already know what I would say? I forgot your number, Daisy. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. After this, who should I stare at? If Heihachi is outside, I will stare at him. But yeah, I'm gonna BRB to go to the bathroom. I'll probably play an ad. And then yeah. Have fun in the bathroom, have fun staring at Heihachi. Wherever he is. I don't know where he is. What the fuck? I can't find. How hard is it to find one bald man? Why can't I find him? He's hiding. Oh, there he is. Oh, he's in his house. Who else? You're not Pomni. Okay, never mind. You're not doing it. You're in love. You know what? I'll talk to you then, because you're in love.
Huh.
Uh-oh.
I'm not even sure what this feeling is.
Uh-oh.
I may not know Falcoville very well, but I know
Uh-oh.
fate has big plans for us.
You know what?
What should I do?
I don't even care anymore.
Share my feelings. Just, like, go and blurt it all out.
Yeah. I don't even care.
Well, okay. I mean, Falcoville and I barely know each
Jamarcus
other.
Gaming
but it'll
2,
probably
thanks for
be
the follow, Hong Kong.
fine. When
How
should
you
I
doing?
confess my love?
Yeah, this will be fun. You know what? You should do it at the
How
restaurant.
should I confess my feelings?
You should, like, do it desperately.
Should I change what I'm wearing first?
Bro, this'll work. I got something, I
Let's
guess. He's not wearing anything. Bro, this'll work. Yeah, this'll work.
Thanks. How am I looking?
Bro, I think this'll work.
Alright.
I don't
It's
know
time
what
to
you
psych
mean.
myself up and say how I really feel.
But this will work. If it goes horribly, then I'll just like put him on a plane to Hawaii or something. Like it's fine. I have nothing to worry about. I see potential competition right there. And I don't know if it is.
Please. I want us to be the kind of couple that splits a short stack of pancakes.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, real Riz.
Hold it right there.
Oh my god, was I right? Oh my god, I was right.
The one who truly loves Falcoville is me.
Everyone is
I
potential
confessed my feelings
competition.
first. That means I love Falcoville the most. Falcoville, which of us do you choose?
He's gonna say no to everyone, like usual. And that's why I thought it would be
I'm
funny.
actually going out with humorous.
Oh my god.
So, I can't date either of you.
I forgot he was dating Q Morris already. I actually forgot. Comedy Hugh W. I told you Hugh Morris would be the cuck of the island. Like the cucker, I mean. I told you. And I was right.
Well, no surprise there. I guess I was too reckless.
I was right. He is the cucker of the island. Wait, you had no friends? I thought you had friends. Well, rip. Okay, who would be funny to stare at? Where's Leon? You know what, I'll stare at Teto. I usually stare at Teto. Alright, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'm gonna play an ad. BRB. And then I'll switch to Mario Kart. BRB.
Another night. Another all clear.
Hello. I'm back. Oh my god. I hope my mic didn't break again when I come back from bathroom. Is it broken? Is it broken? I'm guessing it's not broken. No, okay. Yippee! Yeah, cause I forgot when it happened. It was like the last stream for Stellar Blade. When I came back from the bathroom, my mic just broke for some reason. And like it sounded like I was talking in a tunnel. And I don't know why I did that. But it did that. And I was annoyed. So yeah. It broke yesterday too? No. Not yesterday. Just during Stellar Blade. That's what I'm talking about. During Stellar Blade. Larry, can you change the game to Mario Kart, please? Because I'm lazy, thank you. Yeah. You could try. I think you can. I'm pretty sure you can. What should I do? Yeah, see, I told you. Yeah, see, I told you. Yeah, you can do it. See, I told you. Why was I playing the fucking bee? Yeah, you know what? We're not gonna, whatever. Oh yeah, because I like playing the Scrimblows. Okay, what Scrimblow should I play? You're the only person I mod for that gave me proper turns. You're welcome. But yeah, what Scrimblow should I play? Because, like, I don't know why I like doing that. But I just like playing as the Scrimblows. No, I had 10 seconds. Wait, I had to leave. Tell me a Scrimblow. Now, please, I need one. Look at that guy. You know, even though the cow was a meme, I never see anyone play the cow anymore. I think it's because it's shit. Ghost? Okay. To be fair, I usually play the ghost too. I like to play Peepa. People be pippin', you know? I don't know. Why is everyone here? He's a silly guy. He is a silly guy. He also just spits me. I don't like playing the bat because I get targeted, you know? It's insane. Actually, no. Last time I played a bat, I haven't really gotten targeted. But like when it came out that the bat was meta and everyone was playing the bat, like I got targeted so hard for playing him, and I was sad. But now I don't get targeted, so it's fine. I can play him again. I just played the bat because I'm a bat, and like, you know, but whatever. Everyone hates me. Everyone truly does hate me. Well, money. Yeah, look, see, everyone's gonna steal this fucking money. See, everyone's greedy. Unlucky because I play Street Box, I like losing, but he's so... Because I like boxing, but he's OP. I thought he was like losing, I don't know why. To be fair, I did just glance at it. Also, this remix is so good. I will say that. This remix of Toad's Factory is so good. I killed someone. And also, this is why you bag. Yeah, Z, this is why you bag. Bro, I've been forced for that. I know it doesn't matter right now, but yeah. What can you do? It's true, actually. What can you do? No! I killed someone because they wanted to kill me. You know, I should probably, like, break or something. But, what was I gonna say? I don't know. Like, I love this game. It's just, bagging is too good, I guess. Like, just look. Like, it doesn't matter right now. I did that way too early, but still, like, bagging is just too good. I don't know. That's, like, my main issue with this game and why I just don't really like playing it seriously anymore. And that's why I just made it, like, I don't know, just play it randomly some days. I had to spam so fast for that. I'm surprised I was able to. I'm being so for real. Okay, not there. Because this shit kind of tricks you for some reason and it's so fucking stupid. But here, yes. No! I don't know why I did that. I don't know why I did that. I barely made it in. Oh my god. I did that like way too early. I just wanted to kill someone, I don't know. Like, sometimes killing people is fun in a game, obviously. But yeah. I'm trying to think of other characters that I like. Oh yeah, Peach in Mario Kart 8. Peach in Mario Kart 8 became meta like because of the last update. And you know me, I always play fucking Peach in Mario Kart. So the fact that she was meta was like even more funny. Oh my god, Cyrus! Hello, we were just talking about you. Actually, not really. Not just, but we were talking about you as a joke. Hello. It's because we were playing Tomodachi Life earlier. And, you pissed off one of my friends. And we were joking, like, about what you did. And I said you tried to stop someone's gambling addiction, and that's why they got angry at you. That's so beautiful. It is. Oh my god, the snipe! I didn't even mean for that to happen, by the way. They were just kind of a victim of me being good at this game. I do want to slow down here, though. Thank you. I didn't spam hard enough. Oh my god. I'm a fraud. I got a golden shell anyway. It's Jover. This game wants me to lose. It's actually Jover. Once this game decides that it wants you to lose, like there's nothing you can do. I will waste these. I don't. Yes, I told you. That's why. That's why you do that shit, bro. Oh my god. But yeah. Wait, sorry. Do you have a Switch 2 yet? I asked you in Discord, but you never responded. So should we hear tomorrow? I see. Okay, you know that makes sense. Tomorrow, yeah. Yeah, I just read. Sorry, I can't really read chat right now. I read chat when I can, but during this game was kind of impossible. But it's okay, yeah. Yeah. Ouch. Wait, the game wants me to win. It wants me to lose. This game wants me to lose. Oh my god, that was so shitty. I don't know if I should use these. No, that fucking Shy Guy. Oh my god. That Shy Guy fucked me. Me bouncing on that Shy Guy fucked me. Oh my god. Whatever. I hate that knockout toy anyway. Anyway, how are you guys? How are you, Cyrus? It's been a while. I am glad you're here because, this week will be my last week of streaming for a week. I said week 3 times in that sentence, but it is all true. This week will be the last week I stream for a week. No, bars. I was messed up the shortcut. Cause I think you have to go higher. Yeah, and then you do that. It's crazy because everyone is overtaking right outside your room. And I hate when that happens. Cause that's happened to me before too, and I hate when that happens. No, yeah. I'm gonna go see my partner though, so it's okay. Yeah, yay! Oh yeah, sorry, this isn't a real request at all, but I'm gonna go to... I messed it up. How'd I mess it up? I'm washed, but I'm gonna go to the aquarium, when I go visit them. Do you have any fish requests? Larry, you too, you never told me your fish request. I will see if they have a fish, and I will take a picture of it if they have the fish that you want. And then I will send it to you. And yeah, that is the fish request. So do you have any fish requests? You don't know any fish? Just give me like a type, I guess. Like shark or whale or something, I don't know. An octopus? Okay. I will show you an octopus. The blue dwarffish. Yeah, okay. That's actually a pretty common fish. Every aquarium I've been to has that fish. So I will definitely send that fish to you. Same with octopus, to be fair. Every aquarium usually has a cephalopod of some kind, so... Clownfish? Okay, I'll send you a clownfish. Clownfish are also pretty common in aquariums. Every aquarium got the blue dory fish, the clownfish, and an octopus. Every aquarium got that shit. We're all vultures, bro. Oh my god. That was so intense. I didn't know what to do. Ouch. I didn't know what to do. But yeah. I will take pictures of that. Definitely. I don't even know like what it has, because I know it's a big fucking aquarium. But I don't even know what it has. Aside from the basic shit. Obviously the basic shit. You know, I just kind of did that to get rid of my boomerang. And then I fucked myself. Because I had to waste my mushrooms. But whatever. Ouch. Actually, it didn't matter because I was so far away. But yeah. But I will take pictures of those fish. Believe me, I got you. I'm getting rated. Ouch. Hi Quat, how's it going? Thank you for the raid. Hello, I'm Celeste. I'm a Bat Clown VTuber. I mainly play Nintendo and horror games, and also my titties got drawn on Twitter.com, and you're on Twitter.com if you want to see my titties. Anyway, hello. How's it going? How's it going? I am playing Mario Kart because Mario Kart is fun, and also I am almost at 1K, and also, I am leaving for a week after Wednesday, so that's why I'm playing Mario Kart. Because I just want to do random shit now. But after this, back to normal schedule. But yeah. Hell yeah, titties? Yeah. Oh shit, titties get drawn on Twitter. Believe me, they're there. And they're big. They are there. Why'd I get a fire flower, bro? Oh my god, I just realized. Now I had to waste this shit because I got a stupid fucking fire flower. And oh my god. Let me get farther. They're not letting me get farther. Okay. I'm a stupid fucking ghost. Fuck you. Can I get good item, please? There is a bomb there for some reason. I got another fucking fire flower. I don't want another fire flower, please. Give me something good. Give me something good, please. Okay, you know what? That's good. Enough. Never mind. Not anymore. Are you serious? How was I supposed to know? How was I supposed to know? How? How was I supposed to know? Fuck you. Oh my god. I made it. They can draw you with titties if you don't have any. Oh yeah, true. You do know. Who'd I want to fuck over? You. I know who's in first but you. They had a horn. What the fuck? Why would they do this to me? They gave me a blue shield and they have a horn. Oh my god, this race isn't my race. To be fair, I think the game decided I had to lose, so whatever. This game sucks. This game sucks. All you have to do is bag, and then you win. Most of the time. I mean, even if you don't win, like, you still get, like, what? Like, top 8. Like, I don't know. It's stupid. Oh, I should be going over here, right? Oh, it's Mario Circuit! Oh my god. What the hell? Everyone hates me. You see, that's why I always wiggle myself. Because I know there's always a bastard aiming for me. No matter where I am, there's always a fucking bastard. I almost got stuck on a fucking pipe. I almost got stuck. I'm stuck. Oh, fuck you. I'm stuck. But yeah, how you guys doing? What were you streaming? Sorry. This game kinda takes all my focus, I'm sorry. Okay, instead of a fire flower, I got an ice flower. Cause that's so different. But, yeah, how you doing? But you shouted them out, right? I didn't see. I'm just kinda trusting that you did. Yeah, okay. Thank you. But yeah, I just be doing stupid shit, you know? Wait! I just realized I have to waste this! Cause this stupid fucking ice flower! Okay, I got him. I got him. I can at least fuck you over. I don't care if I win. I can at least fuck. Yeah, get fucked, bro. You fucked me. Fuck you. Yeah. I'm petty. I'm sorry. Sorry, I'm just very petty. I just fucked him over because he threw a red shot at me. I didn't really realize what I had until I started thinking, oh wait, this is the final turn and I have an ice flower. I will not win this. And so I just decided to, I don't know, do stupid shit. That's what I decided to do. Bruh. Thanks for the boo. This game is deciding that I lose. I don't know why. I was ready would be pooping something else. No, I don't have any sexualized alerts actually. Or not alerts, channel point redeems. I don't know. I feel like my brand is more ecchi than straight up like lewd. That I said this before. Like yeah, I will get NSFW drawn on me, but that's it. Like that's all I do. Will I say I want to get fucked and railed like 27 different times on stream? Yeah. But that's it. We're looking for is explicit, I guess. I'm gonna get flattened. Can it at least be a hot woman? No, it's a fucking bug. Fuck you, bug. I missed my depth perception. I mean, it doesn't matter if I go in there just for money. And so I don't die. I'm still behind now because of that, actually. I took that turn so wrong. Whatever, I win. Give me. I don't waste my mushroom again. Oh wait, I see where I am. I still got triple shoot, it's fine. Bro. I mean, I want to be last, but like, I want money. That's the point of bagging. Being in last with good items and money so you like win easier. But no one ever lets me get money. Never mind, I have 12 coins now. I have money. I have 13 coins now. I have money. I'm so rich. Look at how rich I am. Yeah, see, look at how rich I am. Oh my god. I was so rich for a second. That car just ate all the money. That's crazy. Give me money. Give me money. Every time I get to 15, I just get hit by something. Okay, there we go. I feel uncomfortable and I don't know why. I just do. Hi, do you want to get hit? Because you will. Bye. Lamau. I got so far high, wait. I mean, I know it's a shock dodge, but oh my god. So why am I still the stupid fucking ghost? I need to change every race. To see if it's like the ghost or me. And usually it's the character, but you know. That's what I'm saying. Bro just died. Oh my god, bruh. Hit me specifically. Like, yeah, okay. You gave me good items, but fuck you. I hate being hit in this game, like, I don't know. It makes me so angry. Like, getting hit in 8 Deluxe, it doesn't really make me angry, but getting hit in this game, oh my fucking god. It just activates something, I don't know. A primal rage deep inside of me. And I don't know what it is. I should probably just use these. Yeah, I should probably just use these. Why is everyone trying to hit me? That's why I told you. That's why I wriggle my shit, bro. Oh my god. I've been like ultra instincting like so many things though. Dude, just messing up. Yeah, I guess. Someone hit me. I'm dead. I'm fucking dead. That's me dead. Slash me, I'm dead. You stole my fucking item, you asshole! I didn't want to hit you, I just wanted the item! I hate it when people are stupid! Yeah, just give me the shit, bro, please, thank you. I knew I should have went to the right, and then I didn't. And now I'm here. Whatever. It's fine. Because I can still get a good item now. That's why it's fine. Oh my god. Yes! Thank you, that's what I needed. That's also what I needed. We win these! We win these! Oh my god, we take those actually. I got so lucky that I was just far behind. Oh, I just realized I had to waste this. Cause this stupid fucking thing. I don't want the same thing to happen again. Gotta love when your luck magically turns around, yeah. Oh my god, bro. Okay, what do I usually do? Oh right, this is what I usually do. Also, this is what everyone usually does anyway. I kinda got a shitty item for... Bro! Well, that's it again. The same spot, too. Insane. Unless I can get, like, drafts off of someone. Oh my god, what is that Bowser doing? What is that Bowser doing? What did that Bowser do? That Bowser just gave it to me! Was he stressed the fuck out? Like, what happened? That stupid fucking banana fucked me. I lost. I lost. The hell, another raid! Oh my god. Hi Foxy, how's it going? I'm losing because I got unlucky, but how are you doing? Should I even do the shortcut? I fucked up. I forgot the shortcut. Oh well, I lost anyway. But how are you doing? Congratulations on you losing. I got fucked up, bro. I got fucked up. I don't know what happened. You got shouted out. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, hello. Also, hi, Grid. How's it going?
Here you go. Have a head pat.
I lost, but I didn't. You know, because I gained points. But, yeah, it's fine. I haven't played this game in so long, so I forgot the shortcuts. But how you doing? Hello. My name is Celeste. I'm a Bat Clown VTuber. I mainly play Nintendo and horror games, and I'm almost at 1K, so, if you wanna help out, you can help out, I guess, but yeah. Yeah. I don't know what else to say. My throat is dying. I could talk about that. Hang on, let me do the shortcut again. It's not gonna let me do the shortcut. No! I fucked up anyway, bro. Whatever. It's crazy because that was when I would get consistently. And now I don't play this game. Whoopsies. I forgot to change my character again. Also, I don't know if any of you have Twitter, but I will keep talking about this. My titties, they got drawn on twitter.com, and they're on twitter.com, so if you want to go to twitter.com, it's on twitter.com/CelesteLaria, twitter.com, yep, right there, twitter.com. Right there, right here, right now, twitter.com. And go there. You will not regret it. If you're a Booba enjoyer. But yeah. I don't know. Get away from me. Why do you sound like an auction announcer? Because I am. That's my dream, bro. Not actually, but I could do it. I really could do it. You know what I should be? I should be scum of the earth. And I should be a used car salesman. That's what I should be. I think I'm good at scamming people. You guys are all my friends. Get away from me! Oh my god. Again. Again. Everyone wants me dead. I don't want to fight that high, but whatever. Why'd I get this shit, bruh? At least now no one can get the money, I don't know. But yeah. That's what I should be. I'm so good. Also, I don't know why I'm trying to sell my booba, like, booba isn't a good selling point already, you know? Ouch! Did the game just decide that I lose? I think it did. Oh wait. Oh no, I had to use this. I'm too far away. Yeah, fuck that boomerang. Did that Yoshi fuck me? That Yoshi fucked me. Oh my god, it almost fucked me. You don't gotta convince no one? Yeah. I know. I took business in college. I'm taking business in college right now, actually. I know all about this. That guy just appeared from nowhere! Oh my god. Was it a boo? I don't think it was a boo. I think it was just lag. Oh wait, I didn't need it anyway. But jeez, I'm complaining about nothing. I love the monkey music. I will sing along to the monkey music. Who else likes monkeys? I got that monkey autism, you know? Whenever I see a monkey, I just gotta say monkey. And that's the monkey autism. I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. I had a feeling, and I fucking knew it. And yeah, I'm just so smart, and sexy, and hot. I don't know. I don't know. God, is my ego getting too big? Chat, is my ego too big? Oh wait, I just slow down here. I fucking hate this part. The game fucked me! Fuck you! Did I win? Did I win? I did, I barely won. Oh my god. It was because of that draft. Oh my god, if I had a second good item though, like that would have been secure. And then the game just decided to fuck me. Like actually just bend me over the table and fuck me too. Not even like the good fuck. Oh my god. I hate this game. This game sucks, actually. This game fucking sucks. Why do I play it? I should just go back to 8 Deluxe. Now that's a game I could play. I almost win that show. Oh my god, bro. Actually, the other items right there doesn't even matter. And if I lose more spots, it's fine, too. Yeah, because now I have this shit. Stupid fucking card that I hate. And I'm in third with the golden mushroom. And this item will probably be useless, but still. The game decided I lost. Please don't lash out. Please don't lash out. Please don't lash out. Please don't lash out. I'll lash out on you, but please don't lash out. Yeah, fuck you. Ouch. I wasn't paying attention. Ouch. Thanks for the boob. Oh my god, it clips high. It's awesome as well. Pay attention. Nah, paying attention's for losers. Also, I'm gonna lose anyway. I'm in 3rd. I'm in like the worst position to be in Knockout Tour. I know why I'd stay here. Like 2nd is fine because you're still like secure somewhat. 3rd is like where you're just fucked. 3rd and 4th. I gotta use this item, let's go. But at least I have these mushrooms, so it's fine. I can't waste these mushrooms. I will waste these mushrooms. Because these people have good items that I don't have. Yeah, see, I told you. At least center is the worst position to be. Grr, I knew I should have bagged. But like, I was in an awkward position, so I don't know if I wanted to like try and catch up or just yeah. You forgot you own this game? Well, don't forget, this is one of my favorite songs in this game. Is it? Yeah, it's Super Mario. Yeah, this is one of my favorite songs in this game. Too bad I'm barely gonna hear it. You played it once. It's fun. I don't know if I like it more than 8 Deluxe though. I think I'm gonna have to go back to 8 Deluxe and see. But 8 Deluxe is just like the Smash Ultimate of Mario Kart, you know? Like, I don't know how you're ever gonna top it again. It just has so much content. Give me NK Wii. I think Mario Kart Wii is overrated. As someone who grew up with it, I think it's overrated. That shit was like my first Mario Kart game. And I think it's overrated. Mortal Kombat Wii. I think 8 Deluxe is a way better game. For many reasons. But like, I'm also a tryhard at Mario Kart, so maybe that's why I think this. Actually, no, if I was a tryhard at Mario Kart, I would like Mario Kart Wii more. So, I don't know. Mario Kart World is just very different. And like, even I'm still trying to get used to it. But Mario Kart 8, like, and Wii, like, that shit's so easy to me. I can beat most people in those games. This one though, not really. This one is a challenge. Also because my R&D is bad, but yeah. I'm gonna do all cuts. Max and max rating online. I mean Mario Kart 8 doesn't have like max rating. Actually, it does have a max rating, but not for all cups. But yeah. But I don't know. Like I said, I love all Mario Karts though. And I'm good at all of them except World. It's kind of crazy. I'm good at Mario Kart DS, I'm good at Mario Kart Wii, I'm good at Mario Kart 8. I'm good at Mario Kart 7. Actually, Mario Kart 7 is like the one I had the least experience in. Funny enough. I'm sure the muscle memory will kick in if I play it again. But I don't know. And then Mario Kart World, I'm like decent at it. To be fair, you saw my elo, my Mario Kart World elo. I think the big problem is that there's just too many fucking people. And so it's just kind of hard. Because then I panic, because I'm not used to getting hit. I have no idea if that's good. Well, max is 999 like usual. And I'm at 8,000 right now, 8,500. So I am in like top 5% of Mario Kart World players. But yeah. So I feel like it's so easy to get here, I feel like I'm just lying. We should try and line and get smoked. There's so many fucking people, like, if RNG is not on your side, like, you just won't win. Unlike in Mario Kart 8 or Wii, where like, you know, you can have good skill and still like somewhat be okay. In this, I feel like it's mainly RNG. Like, if you just get fucked, like, you get fucked hard. Like, that shit, I don't know. You just get railed. Don't try to hit me, I'll hit you. It's kind of crazy. I don't know. It's very insane. Bro, like, look, like all these random explosions that just people set off, and like if you run into it, it's not really your fault, but it still happens. Like, I don't know. It's stupid. It pisses me off, yeah, but it's stupid. Monkey music, monkey, monkey, monkey. I love the monkey music. The monkey music is big. I'm so glad they brought it back and remixed it. Meh, 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 meh. I will always love DK Jungle. Specifically because of the music. But also in 8 Deluxe you can break that track, but you know. Specifically because of the music. Ouch. Yeah, I was about to say, how I still haven't caught up to people is insane. But I did, so whatever. Are you winning? I am, kind of. It's knockout tour, it's battle royale. There's really no winning. You don't know what's gonna happen. You know, it's like Fortnite. This is a lot like, life is like Roblox. What am I saying again? Ouch, I'm getting fucked. That's what I'm saying. Life is like Roblox. I don't think yeah, I'm not gonna make this. That guy fucked me too hard. Oh yeah, that guy definitely fucked me too hard. I lost now. One red shell and I lose. See, this is how you know life is like Roblox. One red shell and you're out. Okay, you know what? Fuck this ghost. Fuck this ghost. How do I change my character? Fuck this ghost, bro. And also no, they didn't take me to dinner. They just decided to fuck me. It was crazy. Akiyama mention, but from Yakuza. Like, I don't know, like, I love this game because you can do insane things like that. Like, that wasn't really insane, but still. Hang on. How do I change the how do I change the map? Yep. Let me show you something insane. Where is it? Let me show you something insane. If I had time. Because I don't know if I have time, because everyone just might join. Yeah. I don't have time. No, but I want to show Cat a cool shortcut, please. No. I messed it up anyway. But yeah. I couldn't do it. This game hates me. As Sonic would say. I'm not too slow, just the game hates me. Everyone joined in 1 second. What's this one again? Why can't we get the great question mark blue ones when I want that one? Yeah, I'm messing up the shortcuts though that I used to get consistently, and that's bad. And that's how you know I'm washed. I need to start playing this game again. Summon the enemy. I'm gonna kill them. Unless I like them. In which case I won't kill them. I'll just like cut them. I don't know. In game. Yeah. Don't pay attention to me. Go away. Oh, they killed a cataquack. Yippee. Would you kill me if I played? No, but you might get destroyed because it is a hyena lobby. And then you'll have to watch me. Depending on, you know, where you died, you'll have to watch that entire thing. So, yeah. After racing it's for a living? Okay. Life is like Roblox. Get that guy away from me. Get that guy away from me, please. He's armed and dangerous, and I don't want to be next to him. I told you. I told you. God, triple red is like one of the best items in this fucking game because you can just fuck people over. Whoa, I got triple red. That's crazy. It's like the best attacking item in this game. Star is only good because people run into you. Same with the Mega Mushroom. People just run into you. And that's why it's good. Bruh. Bomb really fell off, huh? 8 Deluxe Bomb was like the best attacking item. And it just covered everything. Yeah, fuck you. Ouch. Yeah, fuck you. I have no idea where that one snowball came from, but whatever, I'm here. I win! I don't want this shit. I'm gonna go over here, cause I don't want this shit. Wait, we got the same one 3 times in a row, that's crazy. Just because now it's only bombs and blue shells. Oh, I've done that before. It's kind of annoying because it slows down the race so much because you just get blue shells every single item box. And imagine that with 24 people. This is what I wanted because there's always lightning here for some reason. Okay. You know, I would have wanted the shell, the bullet bill to be first, but you know, that's fine. Lightning the water more likely than this thing. Yeah, I don't know why the lightning's always there. Can I make it? I made it! Well, the game fucked me and did. I don't know why the game always fucks me. But it does. I swear if it happens again. I swear if it happens again. I barely made it again. Oh my god, thanks for the boot. I hate this game, I hate this game, I hate this game. And there's some knockout toys for like the specific area is the shit that I hate. Like that I don't really care because now I get a good item. That's not a good item, but you know, whatever. If this game wasn't shit, it would have been a good item. But now shit. That's another bomb! Bro, can this Yoshi fuck off? I got a bullet. Everyone's trying to kill me. What the fuck? I don't even know when I got that. Okay. Well, that just sucks now, doesn't it? I literally had to save this. I just had to drive good, hope I don't get hit, and save this. Okay, bro. No, I just need to get this on whoever passes me. Yeah, fuck you. Okay, well. Whatever, bro. If I didn't use that, I actually would have lost. Is a thing. That's crazy. That's actually insane. Why are Peach players always so rude? I know, because I'm a Peach player. Hit them with an... Oh, it's because this game has physics, that's why. But they do slow down like a rock. But yeah, that's why. Also lag. Lag could have been a factor too, and I probably didn't hit them on their screen. Why'd I get fucking... If I got these in the reverse order, this would have been good again. Yeah. Oh, we both lost anyway. Okay. Yeah, fuck you. Oh, that one's so hard because you just don't get like a mega or bullet or like a golden, you just lose. It's stupid. That's why I hate that knockout tour. We're not getting the ones that I like. We're getting all the bad ones. I just want a good knockout tour, bro, please. Which one's my favorite? It's either that one or... this one. This one. I need to knock out tours that I like and not the ones I hate. The ones where you definitely have to bag. Also, I think I got a famous streamer. Unless that's a fake streamer. Oh wait, they left. Oh wait, they're here. Did they? Oh no, they left. Yeah, they left. I saw it for a second. I was like, wait, hang on. I think either that's the real one. Oh, he is streaming Mario Kart. That was the real one. Okay, whatever. This game just hates me. I could have like shat on him or something, bro. Whatever. Actually, probably not in this game, but 8 Deluxe, yeah. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. I saw him for a split second. It was like a jump scare and he just left. And I was like, okay, wait. I want to play with him. And then, he ran away. Like a coward. Or maybe my game made me run away like a coward. I don't know. One of the two happened, but I'm upset now. I really wanted to play with Dotto. The Dotto Doya. Right there. On my screen. And he just took him away from me. He ripped him away from me. To be fair, I have played with a famous Mario Kart player before. Online. But you know, that was surprising to me. I'm surprised that shit happened. And I thought my luck, you know, It made me get another streamer. But nah. Life is not quite that simple. When you walk away, then you'll hear me say, please, oh baby, don't go. Simple and clean is the way that you're making me feel. What even hit me? Tonight, it's hard to let go. I don't know the rest of the song. Any Kingdom Hearts nerds in chat? Anyone who likes Disney Slop in chat? I don't know the rest of the song. I wanna hit this guy back. Cause I'm petty. That hit both of us? Oh my god. That's crazy. That's actually insane. Get away from me! I will not use these! That has to be a bot. Like, there's no way a guy would try to hit me with triple red shells 3 times when I had triple red shells. Like, that has to be a bot. There's no way. God, the bots are so annoying because they're so stupid and just waste your resources. It's so fucking stupid, I hate it. Ouch. I just wanted to get rid of this. And I got rid of it. Hello. Hello. Out, hello. Rabbi, hello. Die, hello. I wanna get rid of this, hello. Oh wait, I just realized the one I also fucking hate this one. Oh my god, we're just getting all the bad ones. That fucking sucks. I was like, you know, maybe I want to go down. And I realized, maybe I don't want to go down. Lunge! I got food, look, I'm gonna turn into... I got food, look, I'm gonna turn into... Weeb. Yeah, I'm a weeb cosplaying, yeah. Fuck yeah. Bro, how do you want me to catch up from this? Like, yeah, that's it? Okay, yeah, whatever. Like, I saw no other way to catch up. Like, what did you want me to do? Just fuck off and die, I guess. I don't know. Why do I get the slop? Why do I get the slop? Bruh. This game just decided I lose. This game just hard decided I lose. Oh my fucking god. I got a red shell in... Oh my fucking god. This game sucks. Yep. This game sucks. I don't know what to do. When the game decides this, when the game decides I lose, I just like, I just had to take it, I guess. There's another way. I also love this song! Hit me! Me. God, if you love the A title screen song, like this song, it just made it so much better. I don't know how, because that shit was already peak. It's actually crazy. I'm so sad this game didn't get nominated for Best OST at Game Awards, because I feel like it honestly deserved it. Like, we just love jazz. I don't know, this game is just peak. And guess what? I love jazz. So yeah. I'm losing so much points. It's crazy. I don't know what to do. Also, Eclipse, did you join her? No, I didn't see your name. What am I doing? I can't believe a lightning strike decided my game and I'm back on this shitty course again. The one that I hate. I can lose in the third lap. Look, watch again. Again, it's going to happen. Watch again. Yeah. I hate this. I hate this one. Get it away, please. I need more. I need more things. That's what I need. I don't know what else I need, but I need more things. Not that shit. Yeah, I'll tell you, not that shit. But I need more. I'll go over here more. More, I need more. Wait, this is a really fucking long one, right? I don't know why I always take that shortcut, because this is like the really fucking long one. Get away from me! There's so much shit. I hate all this shit, bro. I'm in 7th somehow. When did that happen? Bruh. 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 I don't know why I do this. I just shit. Oh my god. Let me win. Let me win. Let me win. Let me win, please. I want to be in first. I don't want to be in first, actually. Let me win. I'm in first. I'm so cool. Oh my god. I was so cool. You know what? You guys can have it. I don't even care anymore. I don't even care anymore. I don't even care anymore. And ironically, I think those two people hitting me made the game think that I was actually losing and gave me these good items. Because if I did bag, I would have gotten worse items. Like just hold the B button, I mean. So, you know, thank you, people. You know, that's just a little ball knowledge for you. And that's that hashtag ball knowledge, I don't know. Oh, I think I fucked up. Wait, did I win? Did I win? Barely, oh my god. That's crazy. I barely got that shit, bro. Hello, do you want to be friends? Okay. They don't want to be friends with me. That's cool, I guess. Use your mushrooms like last second? I feel like you would. Let me hit, please! Yes, okay. I did not want to do that, and then you just ran into me, so whatever, fuck you. I actually didn't want to do that. They just ran into me. What the helly? What the fuck? Oh wait, banana. Oh my god. I like barely saw that shit. That shit was barely seen. It was seen, but barely. I wonder why everyone goes there. It's actually kind of weird. Okay, well now I had to waste this, so whatever. Want my oh my god, okay, whatever. You know what, this is fine. It's really not, but whatever. Why do you have one more? Okay, you know what, this works. I don't want to jump on that fucking tree! I swear if I made the bat lose. Oh my god, that's so funny. I made the bat lose. Oh my, I feel so bad. I actually feel so bad. Actually, I don't. Who am I kidding? I don't. That stupid fucking Yoshi! Actually, wait. If I'm all the way back here, then I get good item. Yeah, and I just have to be like where that Wario is. But I still get good item. Like, I want to be below 4th, but not too below 4th, you know? I got a golden shell. Oh my god, this game actually hates me. Like, there's no other explanation. This game just fucking hates me. Oh my god! Finally, bro! I hit one. Yeah, this game wants me to lose. Okay, now it wants me to win. If I get third or second, I don't care. I got third. Okay, whatever. Yay! Not last. Hashtag team not last. I didn't kill one of my kind for this, but whatever. Hashtag team not last. Okay. There is something I want to do. Because it actually, will mean a lot to me. If I get to do this at least once in my life. I know I kind of like changed the tone heavily right there. And like, I'm not joking. I actually do mean this to be mean a lot to me. So my favorite streamer, today is literally his last stream. He is way bigger than me. And I was kind of hoping, you know, maybe one day, like this is a dream of mine, if I ever got like famous, I could, you know, rate him, like with a lot of viewers and whatever. And this is still a lot. This is actually still a lot too. So I think it'll mean a lot to me if I do get to rate him. At least once, since he is retiring. And yeah. Anyway, tomorrow no stream. It is Monday. Tuesday I'm gonna be playing Fortnite probably, hopefully. I'm gonna need to get the update downloaded and stuff on both consoles just in case something bad happens, which it will. And Wednesday will be my final stream for the week. I'm gonna be playing Repo. But yeah. Oh wait, I can't. Oh my god. No! Right, I forgot. He just doesn't want to get distracted, so I can't raid him. I'm actually so sad. So he turned raids off, I'm pretty sure. No, I'm so sad. Wait, can I? Yeah, I can't. I'm so sad. You can DM me? DM me what? Who is playing Mario Kart then? Bleh. Your draw? Oh yeah, DM me that. Please. Please. DM me that. Please. Dan, do I just not rate anyone then? No. I get that speech and everything and I can't fucking rate him. I'm actually so sad. Because he turned everything off. Cause yeah. I sent your art to people and made attractive. Wow. Crazy. Well, you know. If they come to the stream, that's cool. If they don't, that's cool. You know, I'm gonna see who's streaming this, and I'll see if I can rate them. I don't see a lot of YouTubers streaming this. That's kind of suck. Good night? Yeah, good night. I'm looking for someone to raid. I think this is gonna be a shorter stream just because, Tomodachi Life and Mario Kart are more chaotic. And so I get tired more easily, but yeah. I can't find someone to raid though. Damn. To be fair, it's always hard to find someone to raid on Sunday. Because no one streams on Sunday. Hey god, let me see who I'm following. Maybe I can raid them. Who isn't? Chilled Chaos. Let's see, Crash Out Q, D&D. I don't really like D&D. You're riding, you're playing Battlefront 2. I don't know what Project Wingman is. Sunhaven. Heart Gold Soul Silver, maybe. You know what? Yeah, whatever. Never mind, I'm rating someone. Damn, bro, I can't rate anyone. Larry, do you have a recommendation again? Rest well, goodbye. But yeah, do you have a recommendation again, Larry? I got no one. I got absolutely no one. That is crazy. Do I sound sick, by the way? I feel sick, but I don't know if I sound sick. I feel like my voice is cracking a lot more because I'm sick. But yeah. Larry, please. No, Larry is gone. What the fuck? You don't got nothing, Brad. No one's streaming today. You sound down with the sickness? Yeah. I do sound sick. Damn, Brad. No one's streaming today. That's crazy. I guess I'll just end now. Bye.